are live. We are back once again. Welcome everybody to FigureMania Show Live. I am once again joined by these amazing gentlemen here and our special guest. Let's first start off with our special guest, the one and only, the legendary Mr. Fresh Vinyl himself, Rich Eiso. How are you, my friend?
Good. Thank you. Honestly, like, I'm kind of marking out myself. I did this earlier with Rob as we got on. You know, it's awesome to be here with all you guys. You know, like, this is like the content creators, Avengers going on. We got, but like, it's really damn cool. And thank you for having me. So thank you.
Cool. And let's start off with Shin Roger. Rob, I'm changing your name from the Lost Son to the Treasure.
Okay.
New Jersey's
All right.
Treasure. How's the New Jersey's Treasure going, sir?
I'm gonna be honest. I heard that, and I was like, "Hold on now, hold on a second." I'm feeling treasured. It's a lovely day out here in New Jersey as their treasured lost son. So I cannot complain.
Awesome, cool. And all the way from California, Mike's Monster is the only person on the panel who was in Godzilla X Kong. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
He's still in the New Empire.
I'm still in the New Empire.
Yes.
I also did other things. I worked for Bandai. It's like
the only other person who's actually worked for Bandai. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes. Alrighty. But will you be in Supernova? Who knows? Alrighty.
I mean, I know some things that's not public. That's for sure.
Okay. And all the way from Hamilton, Ontario, we have the one and only Super 7's greatest champion, Kaiju Canuck. How are you, sir?
Doing all right, man. Could be better times for Super 7, but but life is good, Harold. Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. And finally, we have the one and only Mr. SH Monster Arts himself, the Articulation Series, Michael Shipman. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, man.
Awesome, very cool. So let's say hello to some people in the chat. So what's going on? JJ Doom. Whoa, pretty cool. Alrighty, so we have what's this? Growly 26. Okay.
Growly.
Hello, Growly.
Alrighty, so what's going on? Sharktopus. Okay, good. And Mr. Cyber Kaiju, what's going on? It's nice to see you again. All right, cool. All right, guys, and let's see. Boston Bruins fans here. Haya hype. Yes. Rich, are you a hockey fan? I imagine that you are.
I work nights at my job, and I don't get to watch the games all that much, but the Bruins do fly in and out with us, so I get to see them throughout their season regularly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because like back in the day, like when I lived in Canada, like hockey night in Canada was like something that I loved doing and things, and then it was always fun to see the Leafs. You know, back in the day, like in the 80s, they were the last place team, but like the Gardens was sold out every single night. I could never get a ticket to Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens, so it's pretty cool. Alrighty, so Richie, let's just start off. Let me ask you just a few questions, sir. What is the Breakfast of Champions for Mr. Fresh Vinyl?
Honestly, it's pretty boring. Consists of Rob? What'd you call it before? I call it biscotti.
Oh, biscuit. Biscuit.
So I'll have biscuit and coffee, black. That's it, like my soul. Yeah. And maybe some fruit. But French toast is my favorite.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And Rich, are you a pet person?
Yes. I will pet all the dogs. I pet myself. But I tend to spoil the shit out of anybody that has, out of their dog. I was hanging out with Leslie Chambers back in March, and his dog, Georgie, was I call him? Georgie.
Hiya, Georgie.
Dog knew where to get spoiled for like 4 or 5 days. So I'm a dog guy.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
nice. Cool. But you don't have any pets yourself?
No, just me, just myself. I am a pet.
Cool.
I feel
So,
that.
Rich, how did you become a Godzilla fan? Can you tell
Okay.
us?
So you'll have to smack me if I'm going too long because this could be long and drawn out, but I'll try to keep it to the bullet points. I actually just watched this movie for the second time in actually the third time in my entire life. Planet of Dinosaurs, 1977 movie. If you've seen it, you know that soundtrack. It just burned into your head. Great stop motion animation in that movie. That was my
Not a
first
kids
dinosaur.
movie.
Not a kids movie by any
I
means.
got it on VHS as a kid one year on Christmas, and
Yeah.
boy, is that a learning experience,
Right? I
My
watched
parents
that
too.
probably when I was like 5. And
Yeah, same here.
where was
Hold
my
up.
parents at parenting?
Question. Is that movie where at the end they fight a Tyrannosaurus with a crane? Is that
No,
movie?
that's Carnosaur.
Oh, that's another one.
Carnosaur.
I don't
Classic,
remember. Yeah,
though.
I remember.
That came out
okay.
around Jurassic Park time. This is like a 70s, maybe early 80s movie.
Yeah. I just read about the
okay.
movie because I watched it. It came out in 77.
Mm.
But that was my first dinosaur movie. That got me kind of started on dinosaurs, which clearly led to Godzilla. My first monster movie, kaiju movie, was actually Rodan. And
Oh, wow.
another movie that, kind of scared the living shit out of me as a kid. I had to have been like 5 or 6. And, seeing the Meganulon, going through those mines and mutilating a couple miners, that was horrifying. And then seeing the miner's body, it looked like he was just mutilated. And I still didn't know what I was watching at the time until, and then Rodan came out. I'm like, this is awesome. So again, big dinosaur. Eventually sat down. My mom sat me down in front of the TV. We watched, I watched Godzilla versus Megalon, and it just took off from there. I would go find. Oh, hello. I thought you were stopping me.
No, Oscar's he's online, so he's
Oscar.
yeah. So he's from Monsters with Attitudes. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. So,
but yeah, so that's how it started in the early beginnings.
That's cool. That's very cool. Yes, sir. And so, Rich, when did your Godzilla collection actually begin?
Probably, let's see. My first 2 Godzilla figures were the Imperials, the 12-inch one, and then the smaller 6-inch one. Got those both for Christmas one year. Technically, I had to have been like 7 or 8 at the time. Fast forward to the mid 90s with an epic brand called, and it is epic. I don't say that sarcastically. Treadmasters. Started collecting Treadmasters. At the time, I thought these are the greatest things ever. And then found G-Fan at a comic book store, and that comic shop that I went to, they were going out of business, and I found a Bandai Batra Larva tagged. And that's when I felt like I jumped into the big leagues, or maybe the minor leagues, at the beginning, because Bandai, Rob, as as all of us know, that's a gateway for collecting Japanese vinyl figures. But at that point, I stopped, collecting the Treadmaster stuff and started turning a focus onto Japanese collectibles. And that was in 94. So I was only 11 years old when I got my first Bandai figure. And then it just, took off from there.
Wow.
I'm going to be 42 this year. So it's been a ride.
Wow.
And it wasn't easy to get those figures back then.
No.
Especially probably for an 11-year-old.
No. The Batra figure was only like $10, and to me, I thought that was this is a lot of money. Ooh,
Oh, that's a steal.
right? But there was no, we didn't have online at the time like we do now, or even we did in the early 2000s. So my first convention, and I'll probably piggyback on this to question 8, was G-Con in New York City, 1997. And, that's when my, oh my God, there is more there's more. Everywhere you look, there's more, and it just skyrocketed from there. Club Daikaiju, for those that knew Club Daikaiju, that was another avenue back in the day. So yeah, the thrill
That's so
of the
cool.
hunt. Yeah.
Cool. I wanna touch on something, Richie. Okay, so let's just take a look at your at this. How did you come up with the idea for this?
So this was actually a joint idea. It was 2014, so a year into having the YouTube channel. Mind you, I will say, like, this was all by accident, like this whole fresh vinyl thing. Somebody actually on my YouTube channel called me Mr. Fresh Vinyl, so I was like, all right, that works. We'll just go with that.
Yeah.
But the logo, I wanted to create a shirt. It was a year into the channel. Originally, I had a screenshot of me sitting at the table with a Godzilla figure and this, that, the other thing, blah, blah, blah. I was talking with Del Martinez. He's around in the Facebook groups, Mecha Brojira on Instagram. And then Kaiju Addicts John Stanowski. But I was talking with Del. I showed him, like, hey, what do you think of this? Blah, blah, blah. So I did have fresh vinyl in Japanese at the top and then fresh vinyl at the bottom. But with the picture of me sitting at the table. And then Del came up with, he said, oh, what if you make it something like looking like that Obey with Andre the Giant logo? So I zoomed in on my face from the clip that I took, and this is what we came up with. John Stanowski was kind enough to take the fresh vinyl and make it, bold like it is that you see it. I just had it in some thin-ass Arial font, and it looked like crap. Like, what do I know? I'm not a designer of any sort.
Sure.
But, and that's how the logo came to be. And what's even fun about the logo is that that clip of my face staring dead into your eyes is from the 30 centimeter Godzilla 84 review that I did. And as I was sitting there doing the review, I get a whiff of air that blows in through the window, hits the figure, and I literally got a whiff of the figure. And that's where I say everybody loves the smell of fresh vinyl, especially on box day. So that line, fresh vinyl, box day, the face, that's what the logo is from. That's exact
cool
line, so that's the long and short of it. And it just, people, to know that my people are wearing me on their chests, and King Ghidorah had one on his tits, around the world. It's just crazy. Again, I'm just having fun with it. So that's the logo.
Oh my goodness. I got $2. Goji Jojo. Hello everyone. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that, man. Thank you so much. Yes, I hope you are well. Yes. So Rich, so can you tell, okay, well, you already told us the origin of fresh vinyl. So out of all of your collection, I mean, I imagine you have a gigantic collection. Which ones are your grails?
So let's see. What was the dream figure? Oh yeah. So I'm just going to talk about this one. There's too many to talk about, that we can say are grails. But This is, somebody was just asking me somewhere on one of my socials if I have what version this is. So this is the X Plus 30 centimeter Godzilla 64. This is a reissue this was the first reissue that came out after the original one. So this was May of 2013. Excuse me. Comes with the dorsal plates light up blue. They still work after all these years. So what? 12 years. This figure's 12 years old. But what makes it the 64 is my favorite. Love the 64 suit. Mothra versus Godzilla is my favorite. Godzilla is just a pure badass in the movie. So I mean, really, what's not to love? One of the best entrances in any Godzilla movie. Awesome. But on the bottom, and it's kind of hard to tell. Haruo Nakajima signed here. And then Akira Takarada signed here.
Oh, wow.
You can't put a price on this. Having brought it to the conventions that they were both at. I think that they signed it at separate conventions, but like this is the piece. This is it. Boom.
Yeah.
That's so
absolutely.
cool. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's really all sentimental value for me. Like I couldn't have asked for a better figure to be considered like my favorite, my Grail piece, whichever. It just hits all the right spots.
That's fantastic, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
no,
I've seen pictures of you and Haruo Nakajima together. Yeah.
Yep. I was like, oh wait, no, I don't have them up there, but because I got some of the autographs over here, and I actually had one. Getting to meet Nakajima. So we'll come back to that question, right?
Sure.
Or you
Yeah.
wanna go in
Yes.
order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Because that's
All
a
right.
fun story.
Cool. So, is there a dream figure, either existent or non-existent, that you want?
I mean, no, because I feel fortunate for what I have. You tell everybody, and this will go into question 10, but work hard, play hard for what you have. So I'm happy and content with my collection. It's just unfortunate they keep putting out more awesome stuff to keep making me spend my money. Collector's problems. But I think right now, to answer that question, my dream figure I've acquired, I just don't have it yet. It's currently being built in Las Vegas. It is the 180th scale Kyoto Yuji Sakai Godzilla 89 model kit.
Oh,
Yeah, so the big guy. If you guys are familiar with Steve Serajoli, he's been around in the a lot of the Facebook groups and whatnot. That guy, when it comes to building model kits, no one does it better than him. David, Greg Betters, those guys are up there. Marcellus Winters, but when I acquired that kit, I specifically asked Steve if he would build and paint it, and he said yes, because it's got to be the hardest model kit ever to do, because you can't just put it together and glue it. You got to like build like a 2x4 skeleton on the inside to support the damn thing. But Steve has done a lot of stuff for San Diego Comic-Con, a lot of toy vendors. He's painted up their prototypes that will go on display at these big toy shows. So Steve Serajoli is the man when it comes to building this kit. He's had it for almost like 9 years. So I'm like, I really want it. Steve, if you're watching, I want my freaking Godzilla. 3 feet tall. Be like my best friend. I got so many activities I could do with it. Like, let's go.
Is that the one where like the long tail and like he's looking up like that down? Oh man, I've seen that one in person. You know what I mean? Like my buddy has that. That thing is massive.
Yeah, it's massive.
It's massive.
It's expensive.
Wide.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, I had a chance to pick up that one you're talking about, but like I don't have the space for that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I wanted a 4 foot tall Metroplex. You know what I mean? And I asked my wife and like there's a story to that, but like
It's wider than his wife. That's
you guys will never forgive me for that one.
Nope.
Nope.
Anyways, moving on. And so you got to meet Haruo Nakajima. Tell us your experience about that.
First time meeting Nakajima-san was in 1997 at G-Con in New York City, Hotel New Yorker. So it was 97. I think I was 14 at the time. Satsuma was there as well.
I met him.
Yeah. It was his birthday just passed.
Yeah.
But I was 14, so I don't think I appreciated it as much as I should have then, as I did when I met him again in 2014, I think it was, at Chiller Theater in New Jersey, when Satsuma, Nakajima, and Kitagawa were there. But that time was what really like hit me, bam, right in the face. I remember walking into the room where all three of them were, and I froze. And I was like, I literally froze, because there's my childhood hero. there he is, adorable and innocent and all the good things that we love about that man. There he is. And it's the first time I've seen him since 1997. So I remember I had somebody pushed me like, go, like they're telling you to like come up. And I just froze. So I was completely awestruck. The man's an angel. A joy to be around. Just, I don't know. You can't put words to it. If you've never met him, or if you have, then you know. But
yeah, I never got to meet him.
Time.
I did meet Satsuma in my second last trip to Japan. He was really cool, but stupid me, like I was so awestruck that I forgot to take a picture with him.
Yeah,
but he did sign my poster and things that that I had. You know what I mean? But like, I forgot to fucking take a picture with him.
Yeah,
like, God damn.
Yeah, I feel spoiled because I got the 64 here. I have the M1 Nakajima. He signed the back of his back. Another fun story was I got his autograph like twice at one of the conventions. 2016, I think it was, again in Monster Mania, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. But his daughter, Sonoe, was there. And she always went with him to these conventions. She would help him out, but she was kind of like like a background guest, And I was like, this one show I heard got Nakajima's signature twice, So I went back for the second one, which happened to be the 64 here with him laying on the beach having a cigarette. Yeah, so I got that one. That was my second autograph for that weekend. But the purpose of getting this autograph was to ask Sonoe to autograph it. And it was a priceless experience because Sonoe got emotional because no one's asked for her autograph, as far as I knew at that time. And she got eyes glazed over. She was like, oh my God. And I got pictures to go with it. But one of the funny things about that, as she was signing the 8x10, her name's on that photo too, Nakajima, so she's over here signing. I'm standing over here. Nakajima's sitting down. So I was like over his right shoulder. He kind of just does this to me. You sly son of a bitch kind of look, And like he like it looked like he was gonna say, "You asked my daughter for an autograph?" That's kind of the vibe I got, and because he didn't expect it. He was after he signed it, he was ready to take the photo because that's normally what you would do. But I was like, no, we're not done yet, kind of thing, and that's when that happened. So great moment.
Wow, that's very cool. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's so cool.
Too many stories to go through, honestly, but
sure. So, Richie, what other IPs are you into? Are you a fan of other than Godzilla? I know I've been following you for years. I've seen you post pictures of Saw, the Saw characters and stuff. Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So I was on deployment. I was in the military for 5 years, and 2004 fall. I'm on deployment, Middle Persian Gulf, and somebody hands me this DVD, to watch. And I was like, all right, whatever, put it on. And it's Saw 1. And just fast forwarding to the end of the movie, I was like mind blown, with the whole twist and everything, if you've seen it. And I was hooked ever since, and clearly there's now 10 Saw movies. So it's become my favorite horror franchise. I got the doll. I got Billy on my arm. This whole tattoo is Saw themed, jigsaw piece, circular saw with the spiral.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So, and it just so happens the guy that was doing the tattooing, he does organic biomech, and that's if you're familiar with Alien, H.R. Giger, however you pronounce it. He created that whole, at least as far as I know, he created the whole bioorganic stuff. So this was like a match made in heaven for that. So Saw, I love Star Wars. Andor season 2.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet. I'm gonna start watching that one.
Oh, that's awesome. Phenomenal.
Awesome.
Especially like the last 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So big into Star Wars. I do collect some Star Wars stuff, some Hot Toys figures, just the bad guys, because that can get out of hand real fast. So collecting Hot Toys will make X Plus look like a joke.
Oh yeah, I got two. I got Batman Arkham Knight and RoboCop, and that's it.
Yeah. I said I'm just gonna do like Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Sidious, a couple companion pieces, the stormtroopers and whatnot, and like done.
Yeah.
Done. What else? I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan as far as it goes to video games. That's my jam. That's the reason I'm a PlayStation mark.
I've had all the PlayStations myself. Yes.
Yeah. It wouldn't be until the next Metal Gear Solid game came out is when I would get the next PlayStation system. So, yeah. What else do I like? Oh, Godzilla. Yep, did that. Dragon Ball. Love Dragon Ball Z. Grew up with that. Robbie, you were talking about earlier. I think it was every Wednesday. Was it every Wednesday or was it every afternoon, like 4:00 on Toonami? I thought it was every Wednesday new episode.
Every afternoon.
It was every afternoon for a while.
Yeah, man, it was like a ritual. Me and my buddies would we'd hurry up home and let's go. It's like the Cell games. I'm like, holy shit, it's the first time it's ever been on the United States Cell games. But yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah, probably other stuff.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So, getting to the last question, what advice would you offer to someone getting into the X Plus hobby, Rich?
That is a question I get asked a lot, and first off, be smart about your finances. X Plus is not, cheap. Even a standard 25 centimeter figure is going to run you like $120, give or take. Clearly, in today's market, especially after the pandemic, cost of everything gone up in price. But go after what you like. Get your favorite suit and just go for it. Save up. Yes, there you go. Growly 26. Save your money. I tell everybody, pay yourself first before you pay your bills.
Sure.
That's a whole other topic. But this, look at this. This is ridiculous. All this X Plus stuff. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
It's stupid.
It's incredible. Stupid. That's incredible.
It's insane. And I've sold about $10,000 worth of X Plus stuff 5 years ago, and I still have no room on these shelves, because new stuff has come out. First world problems. But just pick a line, go after one that just speaks to you. That's, I'm at the point nowadays with collecting where, if it doesn't speak to me, if it doesn't get the freshness going, then I'm not going to buy it.
Of course. Absolutely.
The new one, the Final Scene Godzilla that just got this yesterday. This thing is freaking awesome.
Wow. Yeah.
This is awesome. Great. Literally when I unboxed it last night, it's like, yeah, I dig it. So if it's not getting you,
that's cool.
Getting you excited, don't buy it. But save your money, save up for what you want, and just go for it. Do your homework. Check out the X Plus group. There's always for sales posts in the X Plus group. I think it's fair to say that X Plus is not at its peak anymore. I think Sofubi is got the spotlight right now. Back in the 2015 timeframe when Diamond Distributors was doing all the X Plus figures, it was saturated the market with 30 centimeter and 25 centimeter figures. So there was a lot out there, and a lot of people got on the train. But be patient. What you're looking for. There's something out there for everybody. We literally have something from every movie, but not everything. You were asking me. Go ahead.
I do have a raptor. Sorry, Robo Lizard was asking if I have a raptor. Yes, I do.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Fidgeting. Sorry.
I want to tell you, Rich. You were the person that got me into YouTube, but John Ruffin was the person that got me into, toy photography.
His photos.
Yes.
Ooh,
so
get rid of that.
Look at this. This is last year. I was so happy when I met you, man.
I saw you the first one I saw. And I was like, "There's Harold!" Boom. I pointed at you. I was like, "You."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you were with your friend. Who was your friend?
That's my buddy Rob. He actually lives 5 minutes down the road from me. Like I said, I could brag like I've been drinking coffee all day, but that trip, it was his first time, on a big trip for him. and we were shooting the shit February of that year, and it was supposed to be a solo trip for me. But I was telling him what I was going to do and what I'm just going to wing it and just pick a direction and go, blah 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 blah. And it turned out like he wanted to go too. So yeah, that's my buddy Rob.
Awesome.
He was the beard.
Awesome.
if you've seen the photo with me holding the Bandai the 65 Godzilla, he's standing behind me with the big beard, and then there's a Japanese fellow behind me judging me completely. It's a funny photo.
Yeah, and I got to meet my hero. He's the guy that got me in, that inspired me to start toy photography. He was also there, John Ruffin. What a lovely person. And like, I was walking through the crowd, and I also saw what's his name? I'm blanking out.
Alex?
No.
Kyle?
No. He's the artist. He's the artist who
yeah.
Yuji Kaida. He was he was like a meter away from John, and like he was with his wife, and like I wanted to go up to him, but like I was like, I don't want to invade his privacy, so I'm just gonna wave. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, meeting John was incredible and things. But like next time I'm in Japan, like I have to know if you guys are gonna be coming, so that we can like organize a time where we can all get together and like spend like a night together and stuff like that. It would be so cool.
Are you going for Godzilla Day again?
Not this year, because I'm going to Malaysia in October. So maybe the next the following year. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, that was an incredible trip. It was like my first Godzilla day. And that was awesome. I got to spend it with he's not here right now, the Nathan Rockchala. He was awesome to hang out with and things. Yeah. But like the story that I was going to get to is that John Ruffin inspired me to start toy photography, but I was like looking at the stuff that he was doing toy photography, that was X Plus. And then I was like, oh, X Plus, what's X Plus? And then I discovered you, and I was like watching all your videos, and I like X Plus. So I was like doing my research, and it's like, oh my God, are you serious? It's that expensive? Mm-hmm. Like these things. I was like, oh my God. And it was at a time that I was just new to Taiwan. Like I was just by myself and things. Like now, fortunately, now I'm in a position to, to get what I want and stuff, but I wasn't at that time. Right. So, but my first X Plus, I don't know if you can call it an X Plus or not. It was the Kong 2017 by Star Ace. That was my first. Yeah. Oh, that was my first one. Here. Yeah.
I don't have it out, but it's like right here.
Yeah, it's just over there. And that was like my first entry, my first figure ever. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I get why all you guys are into X Plus. I absolutely get it now. You know what I mean? And then my second figure was the gigantic 1989. Like when I saw that, I was like, I must have that one. That's my favorite Godzilla. And yeah, I will not part with it to this day, man. And like I got a few.
Yep. The 89 is a badass gigantic.
Oh my God, it's so amazing. Yeah. And also too, like I picked up the 30 centimeter -1, the 30 centimeter -1. And I actually picked this guy up. Let me show you. My wife gave it to me. My wife, we went to Owaji Island for the Shin Godzilla zip line, and I saw this guy there, right? Because they sell X Plus there and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, I must have this one. And I go, sweetie, can you? And she's like, okay, fine.
Can I get it, please?
Yeah. She's like, okay, fine.
Can we can't have one yet?
You know what? The funny thing is about that trip? If you go to Operation Owaji and you go through the whole museum, like at the very end, like there's a picture that you can take, right, with the Godzilla Final War suit, and like it's like with like a whole diorama and things like that. You know what I mean? And right, and then we took that picture. I had that picture in my hand, and then when I saw this guy, I was like, oh, can I have that? And she's like, sure. So then I walk out, of Awaji with this guy, and I'm so happy. And then when I'm looking for our picture, and my wife's like, "Where's our picture?" I'm like, I think I left it back there.
No.
I think Godzilla. That's what's important.
Yes.
I hope you posed with that Godzilla for the rest of the trip, like that, smiling. Just like every photo is just you with that smiling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what a story. Yeah, but if you ever get a chance to go to Awaji, man, that's a fun place, man. But like that harness where you zip line, man, it's killer on your balls, man. So. Yes, sir. So we are done with the questions, Richie. Let's move forward with some of the fun stuff that we got planned that we want to talk about. Okay. So before we go any further, I don't know if he's here in the chat today or not. I haven't seen him, but if you guys have noticed, I have a new logo. Alrighty. And I have to give a very special shout out and thank you to David Michael Tardy. He's the guy that designed my new logo, my new everything, because the person that designed my original logo, well, I kind of had to get away from that. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
So I wanted to give him a special thank you, for that. So he's just telling me that his dog has diarrhea. Oh, so he's taking care of his dog.
And now the world knows now. Secret's out.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
Oh, yes.
That was your Rob moment this stream.
Yeah, exactly.
There it was.
Yeah.
There it was.
I'm. You better watch out, Rob. I'm gonna be checking. I'm gonna try.
I'm ready for you this time.
I'm gonna try and catch you. I'm gonna catch you. Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir. So, let's get into this topic here, and there's been controversy happening in the last little while. Rich, can you wanted to you wanted to comment about this?
Oh. We'll just stick to facts.
I think we could all make our own comments on this too. We all have our opinions. It's not just coming from Rich.
Just to stick to the facts. Clearly, the whole tariff situation sucks for everything, and everybody. First world problem. I can't get my figures. Like there's more important things going on in the world right now than getting our figures. But when it comes to these tariffs and these companies that are, from Haya to even Bandai or the Godzilla stores or any of these companies that are, getting these figures made overseas that are shipped to the United States, they're having this issue with the tariffs. So to X Plus North America, basically all the figures that X Plus North America are going to be, selling or shipping, they're going to get shipped to the United States in bulk. That was the plan, as far as from everything that I understood. And correct me if I'm wrong, but if the shipments are coming overseas that are over $800 in value, they're subject to tariffs based on a percentage of how much is in that shipment. So give or take. So that presents a big problem. I just got this one in with no tariffs from Hobby Search. Not a problem. It came directly from Japan to me. So that's a solution right there. But beginning of May, X Plus North America basically comes out and says that we're canceling everybody's orders for everything.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like a kick in the nuts. I'm like, wait, what? Like, there's no, hey, we're going to see what we can do, or maybe we're going to try to work something out. Don't worry, we're not going to cancel anybody's orders. Well, it was just, we're canceling your orders. You're getting refunds. Sorry.
Holy
so
shit.
that pissed off.
We're not even going to try.
Not even going to try. While you see other companies addressing that, yes, we have these concerns. How is the company going to eat the tariff cost, or is it going to get, put to the customer? So there's options. If we had the X Plus showing Rick US site, there would have been no issues, because just like Hobby Search, those figures, when we were buying from the Rick site, the Rick US site, we were getting them from Japan directly for 5 years. So it's no different than Hobby Search, except this time they were coming directly from X Plus in Japan. So more of the bigger concerns is that there's like zero communication at all from X Plus North America. Sure, they'll send out their emails, to everybody that's on the mailing list, but the director of operations started off as an X Plus collector, started off in the X Plus group, just like a lot of us that are X Plus collectors, and you don't hear from the guy. He just falls off the face of the earth. He's friends with people, or was friends with people. So you would have thought that with somebody that is now working for X Plus, that is a fan, that is a collector, that the experience would have a little bit more of a personal touch to it, considering that you're one of us. But it seems like that maybe that person just, I don't know, they fell off the face of the earth, more or less, as far as the community goes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's just communication. I've been trying to get in touch with that person for almost a year now. Sending messages, emails, and I've only got one response when I emailed X Plus North America, basically saying like, hey, there's people that are constantly tagging X Plus North America on Facebook, on Instagram, sending emails on the Facebook page and getting zero response.
Well, he won't hesitate in sharing to their story, though.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
If they're tagged.
Yeah.
But concerns and problems, probably nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's just, seems like personal agenda there.
Mm-hmm. And posting all the selfies.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Yup.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So, I could keep going unless you want to ask the questions.
Nah. All right. Well,
I just think I personally think it's unfortunate myself.
It is
unfortunate. It is unfortunate.
I don't have a ton of X Plus, but the pieces I do have, I love them.
Yep.
And I would love to be able to get through the U.S. distribution of the company, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to support that.
Agreed.
If everything involved with that.
Yep. If the person that is in charge of X Plus North America would just reach out, then that would start solving some of the problems.
Sure.
But small violin, I guess.
Alrighty. So let's move on. So let's look at some of the stuff that did get announced, Richie. And so these look fun.
Yeah.
So who said Rob?
Rob.
You missed me that time.
Oh, damn it.
Hello.
Yes. Has this been released? Ever been released before? The fake Godzilla, Richie? Or
not
no?
from X Plus. So it was announced, I want to say, at Winter Wonderfest, if I remember correctly, or shown on display.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first. There's a model kit. I forget who makes it. Leslie Chambers has it, and it's friggin' awesome. So now that X Plus is doing one, pretty damn cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that is. I actually have that on pre-order with Hobby Search, so I went standard. I forget I think the Rick comes with different arms, but the standard comes with the metal patches that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Train Biter right there, that's the one that was definitely canceled from X Plus North America. Yeah, that's a shame because I have the original somewhere over there, black and white one. And it's a gorgeous piece. Even though it's vinyl, it looks like it's resin. So hopefully, if guessing, eventually they'll probably put it back up for pre-order, I would think. Or maybe, because X Plus North America said that they canceled it outright, maybe they just didn't get enough pre-orders to make it even worth it to go to, to production. So time will tell.
I see. Okay. All right. But like I have... Like when I saw that Train Biter one, I was like, oh, but I have the Omega Beast version, and that thing's gigantic. The Train Biter one, and like the eyes move and things like that. But that's by Kaeon Lin, who's he does his own signature sculpting and things like he's really cool. I don't know if you ever have do you have any Omega Beast
I have
figures?
one.
Oh yeah, which one?
Yeah, it's you could just see it underneath the StreamYard logo. I picked up the Odo Island Godzilla. That thing is gorgeous.
Oh yes, yeah.
Handling, amazing job. So
Yeah.
I'm getting tempted by the freshness to pick up that gigantic burning Godzilla that he's doing.
Oh my god, I am.
But I'm afraid of the price.
I am.
And there will be a tariff on it, I bet. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you got the drool one.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, this thing is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfection.
So like, I've got quite a few from him. I have my very first one, the Furious Blue, legendary Godzilla. I have the Shin Godzilla. That one's amazing too, and the Godzilla Ultima. That thing is incredible.
Nice.
It's gigantic. Yeah.
That Odo Island one is already in my top running for figure of the year.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Very cool. So let's continue. There's more figures. So look at this GMK. Jeez. Beautiful. Yes. So this is a 30 centimeter one? That's 30 centimeter?
So that's a 30 centimeter favorite sculptors line, MM28 Godzilla, GMK Godzilla. It's about time that lineup is getting reissued. The Mothra and Baragon just got reissued or released. King Ghidorah is up for pre-order on the X Plus North America site and on the Rick site. You probably could also grab it from Awesome Collector, I think. But the GMK lineup of the favorite sculptors line, my favorite X Plus lineup ever. Like all 4 figures are phenomenal.
Cool.
Simply
and that Destroyer, that looks sexy, man. Look at that. The colors.
Yep.
You know, but it's like
really
it's based on
Poster.
the poster version. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That was cool.
That's 25 centimeter scale, it's really, he stands at like 35 centimeters tall. Big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the biggest 30 centimeters that I ever owned was the Godzilla the Ride one. That one was huge. Yeah. So I don't have that one anymore. I sold it, unfortunately. Anyways, moving on. So you were talking about this, the Mothra and Baragon one.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Baragon's a standout.
Yeah. Very cool. Are you considering, are you picking up this Evolved Godzilla?
So, in all honesty, I have the Rick or the exclusive version on pre-order with X Plus North America, but I want to cancel because I don't want to give them any of my money.
Okay.
Valid.
I will go on Yahoo Japan auctions and spend more money that way to get it.
Yeah. I want an Evolved Godzilla, but I personally just don't like the pose. You know what I mean? It's like, I once caught a fish this big. You know what I mean? So like,
what's the other one that came out? There's another Evolved I saw. Is it?
That's Spiral Studios.
Yeah, that one looks pretty badass.
And even like Haya came out with like the stylus one. Like if it came out in that pose, I'd pull the trigger. Let me pull out the stylus.
While you're pulling that up, the only reason this Evolved Godzilla looks the way he does because the exclusive comes with his head roaring up. They're recreating the scene.
Oh, I seen that one. Yeah,
Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah,
Empire with the pyramids in Egypt.
Yeah. So this is the Haya stylist.
That looks cool.
It's actually pretty good for the price point and everything. Like it's solid detail for it. Yeah.
Yep.
And things. So. And this, the exquisite basic version is going to be on its way pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to that one. To me.
Yeah.
For you.
For me.
For you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. So look at this, Michael. Look at this. This is his guy.
Do you have this one? On my computer right now, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I like this Godzilla 54.
Yeah, I did too till they canceled it.
Fucking hell.
Wait, the Godzilla 54?
Yeah.
I don't think that one's canceled.
I got refunded.
Oh, well, I want my refund. Shit, I don't want to buy.
Rob
anymore.
got canceled.
I
Damn.
got canceled. It took long enough, but I finally got canceled.
Mm.
And it was just part of that new 7-inch series that they were
Yeah.
doing with the minimal articulation and such. And it's like, it's Maquette Goji. I needed to, and no.
God damn.
Jesus
Whoa.
Lord,
Yeah.
damn it.
That's a big son bitch.
That's a tumor. It's
Yeah.
a tumor.
I can successfully hide behind this thing.
Wow.
It's so
if you
huge.
turned sideways, we'd lose you completely.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, went
That
the wrong way.
that looks like it can hurt you just holding it.
Oh yeah.
That's
a
the
weapon.
light passes through his thingies on the side is really nice.
This
Oh
tumor.
yeah.
Yeah, the tumas.
The tumor.
Duma. The
Wow.
Duma.
The tumor.
Wow.
I've got so many lights on me right now, so everything that's translucent on this thing should be lighting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, his eyes are significantly there.
Oh yeah, it's lit up.
Man, that's something you just swing around and hit people with.
Hey, we'll get
Jesus
closer.
Christ. Look at that.
A lot of murders could be committed with that.
Yeah. Hold up a bank with that.
My word.
I'm gonna catch you, Rob. No.
No, you won't. It will never happen again.
Show
Maybe.
the backside
Yeah.
of this guy.
Wow.
This is the best I've seen of it. You know, I mean, this is. I didn't get it, but damn.
Sheesh.
No, I can appreciate the sculpt. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want a proper X Plus version of either the video game version or the movie. What is it?
Movie
what's it called?
museum?
Yeah, the movie museum.
Mm.
That version. Oh yeah, look at that eye. Look how it's lit up right now.
So
That
cool.
looks
That's
that looks awesome.
All from the studio lights around me. It just lights up. The light piping's really, really good on it.
Take note, Transformers.
These parts are translucent too, but they don't light up as much, and I think it's just because of the
Is it
hard
the
plastic
angle?
back on the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I mean, you got light going in from the eye to eye on this right here, so it's lit up. Even the horn's translucent, and that's not even lighting up all that much. But
Damn.
those eyes, whatever they put inside there, I think there's got to be some reflector in there that's making it
There
light
has
up
to
the way it
be.
is.
Some uranium.
But it's all right for Godzilla. it's good. I'm looking forward to see if they do a Super Godzilla. I mean, he has to, right?
They have to.
Yeah.
They have to. So then,
Yeah.
so then I don't have to just do this, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
I don't think
Yeah.
I
that
can make
would
my
be
own
against that.
Godzilla.
Yeah. That's cool.
Beautiful.
So, moving on to other pieces. This freaking you know what? With Prime One Studios is amazing. They do amazing stuff. Like the last time they did the Godzilla was that Godzilla versus Kong diorama, and I really wanted that, but I didn't pull the triggers because I just don't have the space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look at this. This is just even bigger.
Yeah.
Like this is incredible. And look at the price on that for each piece. Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never see, and it's funny because the first stream that I ever joined you guys, I was talking about how there must be people like buying the spiral stuff that just don't give a shit to participate online, because I never see people with photos of these.
Yeah, I never see them.
You know where I see these? At collectible shops, and no one's buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the collectible shop bought them, and that's where these are all going.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like,
I see
it's
these
like
on
the
displays at
cast pieces,
conventions
too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like
You
my
see them
buddy,
solicited and then it's gone forever.
because like my buddy, he picked up the Godzilla bust from Prime One Studios, and I took a picture of that and things, you know what I mean? And I don't know if he still has it or not. I have to ask him, but these things are huge and they're freaking heavy because they're made out of resin, I think.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know, man. But like
All
if it
resin.
if it falls over, oh shit, man. Good luck. Yeah. So
I dig the Bahaji and crystals in the background. That's nice.
yeah. But
Does
like
that have
if
electronics?
Yeah, they do. They have electronics. Yeah, like lights, not sound or
Better for
anything.
that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the Gypsy Danger bust from Prime One Studios? Holy shit, that's incredible. You should check that one out. But yeah. So
Pretty.
let's move on. Let's not fantasize anymore about this. So this I am waiting for this guy. This guy is coming to me anytime now. Rich, you were talking about this one earlier. This is the Omega Beast Bird Godzilla. I cannot wait for this one. Yes. So thoughts on this, guys? What do you think?
There is no God.
There's no God. Yeah.
Stone faced. Ain't even gonna react to it.
Oh,
Not getting me.
It's hard to like justify wanting to get one when I have the X Plus, but like, damn, this thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, I really wanted that X Plus one for a long time. I remember when I saw your video, Richie, and you were humping that box. I was like, that was fun. And then yes, but then I've been I was waiting on. I really wanted to pull the trigger on that X Plus one, but then when Easy Hobby came into the scene with the Omega Beast and stuff, I was like, oh, maybe they'll do a Godzilla. And like the thing for me is like, it's Easy Hobby is here in Taiwan. You know what I mean? This is like their home country and stuff, right? So, and I got to know Kay and Lin and things and stuff. So like I asked him, are you gonna make a Burning Godzilla 95? He goes, yeah. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. And then here, now it's on the way.
Almost here.
Almost here. So, but Rich, are you gonna pick this one up or not?
I don't know. I've been tempted to email Andrew Wong because I know he works with them in some degree to get on this mailing list, and I keep seeing people commenting in the Omega Beast group. Like when's the pre-order going up? So I'm curious as to how much this is going to cost, and that will be a determining factor if I go after it. So,
yeah, okay, all right. Well, just keep your eyes peeled and things. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yep.
So let's move. Let's continue. And this is like another promo image, and like the one that I'm getting comes with the smoke effects, and these smoke effects are magnetic. Like with Omega Beast products, they're like for my Furious Blue, like I can change the arms and they use magnets, so which is really cool. Yeah, man, I cannot wait for this one. Look at that. Holy hell. Anyways,
I mean, some good photography out of that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man, love it. Alrighty, so moving on. Oh, I picked this one up. This is the Kata Studios. This is by a gentleman here in Taiwan. He's an artist. He's a sculptor. He got the license to do Godzilla 91, and I've been wanting to grab one of his pieces for a long time, but like when this came, the pre-order opened for this one, I was like, I must have this one. This thing is 40 centimeters, okay, and I paid. Look what I paid. Okay, I paid $460. Okay, and it's a kit. You know what I mean? Like you have to assemble it, you have to paint it and stuff, right? And my buddy who lives a block and a half away from me, like he owns the kaiju shop. He can do it for me. That's another $400. So all in all, I'm paying for this thing $866 for this thing.
God, Harold, you're insane. That's almost my rent.
Yeah.
Oh.
But look at this. Oh man, I cannot wait to own this one, man. It just looks fantastic.
Harold, that costs more than 2 months of my daughter's daycare.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like this kind of stuff makes it easy to not be a completionist in the line, and I think that's why it's easy to not be a completionist for like SH Monster Arts or Haya. It's like I've been trained by big things like this that it's like, oh, I don't need to have everything, so I can't get mad at the company for constantly putting out new stuff. Right?
Harold doesn't.
Harold is the tariff.
Yeah.
To change your name to Tariff Mania Show.
I just crunched the numbers. That's approximately 133 Cinnabons.
God, jeez.
Yes, sir.
Daryl's gonna be eaten very well.
Quick maths.
Yes. So, and this thing is coming in September or October. Yes, that's when it'll arrive. So then, as soon as it comes, my buddy will assemble it for me and things, and then I'll do the video and I'll do the toy photography, and I'll be happy. Yes. Alrighty.
Nice.
Alrighty. Cool.
Massive tits.
Oh, let me see.
What?
I'm sorry, 91 Godzilla. He's just, bro. He's yeeked up in the chest. I'm sorry. Him and King Ghidorah, they match, bro.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. So, did you see this? Freaking Ichibancho Godzillasaurus and the Dorats. This is charming. I want this.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish the Dorats were completely painted, but
yeah, I was gonna say that because the last time we got Dorats, it came with the SH Monster Arts special color version. I think that came with Dorats. Is that right, Michael?
Yeah, it came with 91 Ghidorah.
There may have been like a gotcha.
Or sorry, my bad. It came with Mecha King Ghidorah, the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, did it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Those Dorats are more painted than these guys.
Yeah. Cheap enough for an impulsive buy, says Robo.
But I'm picking this one up too.
Oh, absolutely.
I need a Godzillasaurus rep.
What's the height on him? He's not that tall, right?
No,
I think it's about the same. I think it's the same height as the Odo Island one.
Yeah, that Odo Island
makes
one's not very tall. I have it over here, but he's
that's fine. More shelf space.
Yeah,
I mean it'll be a little bit taller than that because it's.
And I mean those Dorats are probably even they're probably tiny then if they're
yeah.
Because that thing is not very big.
Richie, has X Plus ever made this one?
No. I know. Last week you asked me, I forgot to make a list, but there's a bunch of monsters that have not been done yet by X Plus, and Godzillasaurus is one of them. So
wow. I mean, this is like perfect for that. Yeah. And like a Dorat too, like a 3-pack of Dorats.
Yeah, that could be the Rick extras of 3 little dingbats. You know,
those things are you could have like they could be in the gigantic series and just the 3 of them. You know what I mean? Like the life size ones. You know
that would be all. Oh, well, I mean, X Plus is supposed to do that like one-on-one. You know that I can't speak English. That scaled King Caesar statue. So the Dorats would be perfect too in that same lineup.
Yeah, it would. Like I would definitely pick that up. You know what I mean? And just keep it around the house. You know. So
yeah, geez. Put in the windows.
Scare all the children away.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit out in the yard and play with it and make people like walk by like, what the hell's this guy doing? I don't do that.
Yeah. Alrighty, and Robbie. Yes, I gotta pick this up because I want to do some 3/4 inch photography with these guys. I want my GI Joes, my Haya GI Joes, facing off against an army of these guys. That'd be super cool.
It would be, and this one's a long time coming because, God, Movie Monster Series stopped in 2007, I believe, and then picked up in 2014. We've gotten so many Destroyer things within and out of the Movie Monster series. Now we're getting a 2.0, but this is practically a 2.0 of the Godzilla collection one. It's so close. I thought they were the same mold, to be completely honest. But a lot of the same articulation, a lot of paint, which why the fuck didn't you make Destroyer 2.0 a Godzilla store exclusive? There's my close-up. I'm talking to you, man. I was waiting for it. Of all the things.
Gotcha.
Destroy a 2-pack. More paint. This guy looks fantastic, but that 2.0 Destroyer with the mustard chocolate dip on the fucking horn and its fucking chesticle anus looking like grease. Motherfucker's got a dark-ass bruise right above its crab pussy and everything. Like, dog.
Damn, man.
Right here, we've got a complete-ish package. But shut the fuck up, man. But yeah, that was great.
You broke the panel. Good job. The panel is
That's what I'm
broken.
trying to say. It looks great. It
Yeah.
looks awesome. It's fantastic.
Harold, can you do a scene of recreation of Godzilla Jr. fighting? This, of course I can. Of course. I just have to get the figures, you know? Of course. Of course.
Jesus fuck.
Oh,
God, I'm fucking crying over here. God damn it.
Tell us how you really feel.
Was my commentary colorful enough that
There you
warrant?
It always is. That's why it's beautiful, Rob. Always. You're a master at words.
Yes.
Hell yeah, I'm a wordsmith.
All right. So
yes,
moving
the
on.
neck is that fat. Giggity. Anyway.
So, guys, we didn't get a chance to talk about this at all yet on the live stream, because this was revealed like 2 live streams back. I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked to Brian and then we talked to Mac, so we haven't really had a good chance to talk about it.
Yes, and I remember the day this was solicited. Like there was like an atomic bomb dropped on the whole community. People lost their shit. You know,
Not in a good way.
Oh my god,
not in a good way. Yeah, but I remember going through the comments and someone mentioned that, you know, for those people that don't understand, you clearly don't understand what this is. This is he mentioned, I think he said it was a Halo product.
Yes.
Yes. Rob,
Yes.
no, I'm sorry. Kyle, can you explain a little bit more what a Halo product is?
Yeah, so the comment you're referring to, Harold, is on the unlisted video that Michael put up, which is an English subtitled version of the promo video that Bandai put out, sort of walking through the details and the process of making the figure.
Yes.
This is one that they're not looking to make a super like huge profit line on. They're like, there's only going to be a handful of people that want this thing. And so the price is very high because there's so few people that are going to be able to afford it. And they just, my understanding is that they just wanted to load it up with as much as they could do with the figure. They're like, you're not going to get a Legion Decisive Battle version. Nobody's buying 2 of Legion. So make this one the definitive one.
Yeah,
Right?
This is a swing for the fences, and we're going all in. Like,
Yeah.
all hands on deck. This is a full-on build kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's my understanding, but
It's not a simple articulated figure.
Yes. So I don't know, like, Michael, if you had any additional context to add, but like that's the sense that I get.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head with this figure. So I don't think you're going to see this one reissued or anything like that in the future as a color variant or anything. It's like, it's probably going to be one of those that's one and done sort of thing. So because it's just got so much going for it and it's priced so high just because there's a low expectation of probably how many people are going to purchase it, right? I mean, it wasn't even up for pre-order long in Japan. It was up for, I think, little over a month, and then they closed the pre-order on it.
Oh, did they?
So, yeah, it wasn't up long. It was a really short time.
Oh, because I do
and
know...
that's in Japan. It's different from America. For the US, we can still order it, but for Japan, that was it.
Well, I do know of one young content creator by the name of Seismic, a young gentleman, and he did post on his social media that he pulled the trigger on this, and he's very excited. So I reached out to him and I asked him, hey, like, what is it that you like about it? He goes, oh, I've always wanted a Legion and things. I don't care that it's this much. If I'm going to get one great Legion, I figured it'd be this one. I was like, okay, great, man. So shout out to Seismic. So
that's a really good way to look at it. I mean, that's a very good justification. If you want the Legion figure, this is probably going to be the best that's ever made.
Yeah.
You can almost say it's
they had the designer for it involved throughout the whole entire process and made an entirely, whole new sketch for a gimmick that, is a transforming gimmick within the figure itself. So it's a spendy piece for sure.
Yeah. So I'll be reaching out to Seismic when this figure's released, and just to get his thoughts. Maybe I can get him on the show so we can talk about his personal experience with this figure. and things. I know, Michael, you're gonna be getting this one too. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm working with them right now. We've been talking about doing like a web article special showcase with this figure. So we're working on details on that right now. But the idea is to answer a lot of questions that a lot of the Western fans have been voicing towards it. So we'll see if we can get that done. Might happen before SDCC or might happen at SDCC. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. Very cool. All right. So Legion. So $560. Wow. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. My friend, he has the X Plus version in his shop. I'm gonna snag that one just to do some foot photography one of these days for sure. Yeah. Alrighty. So since we're on the SH Monster Arts topic, we didn't get a chance to talk about this one either. And I'm looking forward to this one very much. I missed out on getting that first one, that Yuji Sakai. Yeah, I'm still looking for that one. I hope that SH Monster Arts does reissue that one, because there's something about that particular figure that's charming about it. You know what I mean? It looks like the poster from Godzilla Final Wars. You know what I mean? Even though it doesn't look anything like Godzilla 2000 or the Godzilla that was in that movie, but I still want it. But I'm very happy that we're getting this. We're getting this one. So, thoughts, anybody?
Looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Long time
I
coming.
want it. I want it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get this over the Haya. I know that's probably blasphemous for some people, but
Be blasphemous.
I like the way this one looks over the Haya one personally. But,
Yeah. I mean, different movies too.
Yep. Yeah, they're not the same suit, but I prefer this one.
Okay.
But yeah,
because this is the Megaguirus suit, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the suit I prefer over the two of them. Yeah.
So where's Megaguirus?
Mm-hmm.
And they're still on their list. They still have the 1999 version still listed, so it's still possible that one's still gonna come our way eventually. With Orga or something like that. So we'll see.
Oh man.
We'll see. If you've been paying attention to Monstarts, they kind of work backwards. They start with the most recent stuff, and then they kind of go backwards. So, we've had a lot of Final Wars. We've had GMK stuff in there. Now we're going into Megaguirus, and then eventually it's going to go into Orga 1999, 2000, the original 2000. I'm hoping that they use, to make it different from this version of the figure, I hope that they use the Wakasa 3D scan that they have and utilize that based off the actual suit. That would be really neat and a good way to set it apart from this figure, so that's not too much of the same thing. Because this one is actually sculpted by Yuji Sakai. It's not sculpted by Wakasa.
Sure.
So, I think that's a good opportunity to use that to use that one right there for that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that.
Cool.
They do Orga. I'm fucked.
Yeah. Richie, do they have an X Plus one? An X Plus of this one?
This is Godzilla. No, so we only have. It's all Godzilla 2000. 99.
Oh, okay.
So there's the 30 centimeter. There's 25. Then there's the gigantic series. Is the Mac head. The Yuji Sakai version, the one I think that you're talking about.
Yeah. Alrighty.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the Sakai version, for Monster Arts, that can still be reissued because that was a general release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Hey.
Oh, guys.
And then there was the super 30 centimeter one too.
Does anybody need a bathroom break? Anybody?
I'm good. But if you gotta go,
I'm gonna go.
Mike?
I'm just gonna go.
All right, just go. Just go. Yeah.
Don't wait on me.
All right, cool.
Not here.
Alrighty.
Not here though.
All right, cool. So let's continue. He'll catch up. So I just finally got this guy yesterday in the mail. Let me just show you guys. I'm very happy with this guy. He is, as I saw him at Godzilla Day, beautiful figure. And I'm surprised to know how much articulation this guy has. I was worried that he was going to be like Gamera. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Where like you just can't he can, you know, like he can. Oh, I just snapped him off.
You killed him. You fucking killed him in cold blood.
You did what Ghidra couldn't.
Oh yeah. So, but there's a lot of range of articulation for this guy things. So I just got him yesterday, and I've been fiddling around with him, and I really like what I see, and like finally, like this guy's getting his just desserts, his due. You know what I mean? Wow. Like because like for years, I felt like he's been underappreciated, and finally, like we finally have this figure. You know what I mean? And I love him. I think he's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. And like I like that this thing is like a backpack. You know, this thing is a backpack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. It's like a Ninja Turtle backpack. You know what I mean? You know what? They should. The Godzilla store should have like a school backpack for kids. You know
oh
what I mean?
wow, that would be freaking perfect.
Careful, Harold. They have
but they have to be soft. They have to be soft. You know what I mean? Because I think that I've seen one, for the Super Mario, like that. You know, the turtles, the green turtle that's got the spike. I think I've seen that. Oh, yeah. I think I've seen that somewhere. Yeah, like there's a backpack like of a spiky turtle shell, but from the Super Mario Brothers. I mean, they should do this like for little kids. You know what I mean? That'd be super cool. You know what I mean? I would have one. Just walk around with a fucking turtle shell, and then like my kids, Teacher Harold, what's that? And I just like do that to them. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ!
I'm kidding, but yeah. So, Michael, what are your thoughts? I know you love this figure a lot.
It's fantastic. The leg articulation in the rear legs is next level. I was curious to see how they were going to be doing that because of just how those legs are positioned, and
yes,
I think they did a really good job with it. It doesn't fall apart. It's very smooth when you're transitioning that. So, but yeah, it's even the shell. I was just, or the carapace. I was just wondering, like, how are they going to do this in here? And then finally, you can see that it's just a floating piece that goes over the torso that kind of just covers up the middle. So I appreciate that they did that with to allow you to do an ab crunch or even moving it side to side.
Yes.
So that gives that extra room. And somebody was asking me, like, would it have been better if they just put a ball joint on the top of it and just let it connect? And I think it could allow for more movement if they did it that way, but I think at the same time it would not look as good. So I think this is a good compromise. It's weird at first when you look at it and you're like, oh, that's different, right? But it works the way it's intended to. And I like that because it's not too tight of a gap right there. It's just enough room so you can move it around, and you can reposition that carapace depending on that pose that you're doing, and it looks really good. The tail is phenomenal. The tail is fantastic. I did a heat treatment deal on that, and you can get so much range with that tail.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heat treated mine yet, and like you can get pretty good range out of this already. You know, so
it's great, and it holds its pose well too.
Yeah.
So, and I love that you can pose the rear legs in different ways, and it generally holds really well. So you can have them, you know, so his knees are touching the ground and those ankles are bunched up, and then you can also pose it so he's standing straight, or he's, you know, standing on all fours to ready to like attack, or the ab crunch too for when he's flying backwards. So there's so many different positions you can get this guy in.
Are the spikes soft or are they hard?
They're
it's a softer plastic.
It's a softer plastic, you know what I mean? But like if they won't break, I think. You know what I mean? I'm just doing it gently, but like
careful with that fingernail.
Yeah, but
they're not sharp at all.
They're no.
Yeah, it's a softer plastic. It's definitely not. You don't have to worry about it breaking or. And sorry, you can't use it as a club. So hold it by the tail.
Yeah, but this is a fantastic figure. Yeah, this is a nice release for
the only thing I can see people being nitpicky about is that floating shell, the carapace. I think some people won't like that. And then I think that the general consensus is that most people, even myself, aren't really big fans of the paint job on this because we're used to seeing Anguirus more of a greener color.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going for 1972's look, and the suit is really dirty at this point in the movie. I pulled up so many clips, and I'm just like, okay, clearly they're going for this look versus the 1968 look. So if there's ever a recolor or redeco of this version of the character, I think that we'll get more of the greener version, a 1968 variant possibly. So
I'm just happy that we have this figure finally. You know,
Yeah.
so
it's great. I think
just-
people
yeah.
love it. I think when you
Yeah.
move past the paint, you're gonna love the figure.
yeah. So like,
Oh, and the eyes are decals too, so people really appreciate that. They don't use dot matrix.
yes, they are, and like they got like a really nice gloss on them too, which is
Mhm.
really nice.
They look great.
Yeah,
They look great.
yeah, they look really, really good. Yeah.
Michael, just clarifying when you talk about the paint, you're talking about just the color, right? Is it that the paint apps are okay? It's just the color.
It's the color choice, not the paint apps.
Okay.
Like, you know, and we're not talking about shading or weathering. It's just more they're just looking at the green color versus the brown color that we're seeing right here.
Right. Gotcha.
So I think it looks well painted for what it is. I think it looks great for mass production. There's some good blending on the claws, even on the carapace, the crown. The nose is kind of just a flat paint. Wish there was a little bit more blending on that area right there. But for the most part, I think it looks spot on. But I think people's biggest complaint will be it's not green if they don't like that. But it's a solid figure either way.
Sure
Sure looks it.
Yeah, very cool. I'm very happy, and I am eagerly awaiting the solicitation for King Ghidorah 72. So like, if there's any monster arts that I've been really wanting is a Showa King Ghidorah. Yeah, I'm stoked for that one. I can't wait to see it.
Soon.
Yeah.
How soon?
Soon. I'll put soon.
Awesome. Cool.
It's been what, since they solicited that teaser image with the silhouette, it's usually when they do that and they don't attach a date to it, it's usually 6 to 8 months after that. So this figure was just released, so I anticipate it being revealed fairly soon.
Great. Cool. So let's move forward. And so let's get into the highest stuff. So man, this thing looks charming with the orange dorsal plates and things, or dorsal fins. I think these things are going to be translucent orange. So thoughts, boys. Let's start with Kaiju Canuck. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so first of all, I think it's fucking amazing that we went from having almost no G99 and G2000 articulated representation, at least in a scene movie accurate sense, to having 2 Haya figures and a Monster Arts figure. I think that's awesome. This figure I think looks really, really cool. I'm not super big on heat ray variants or charging variants, but this is very distinct. Like the spines are glowing orange that I can see myself picking it up because I think it looks really nice. Then there's also the price point being $4 higher than the standard version, where the G91 heat ray version was the same MSRP. So I think we're starting to see the price point creep up a little bit. I think Mecha King Ghidorah is also a little bit more expensive than the standard version. But no, I think it looks awesome. I really love the vibrant spines. The heat ray effect looks really cool too.
Yes.
And hopefully it's not going to be as long of a wait as they've put in the solicitation, because this guy is supposed to be due Q2 this year. So he's definitely not making it because we haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he'll be out Q3.
This one is supposed to be out this year?
This one and GMK were supposed to be Q2 2025.
Are you talking? But this is the heat
Oh,
ray
sorry,
one.
the standard one. The standard one.
Yeah.
The standard one.
Okay.
Yeah. So the standard one is supposed to be Q2. This one I think is slotted for either Q4 or Q1 next year. I'm hoping that it's not too shortly after the standard version.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, like in these solicitation shots, they're using the Bandai HD structures.
Yeah. Yeah.
The streams are crossing.
I got a box of that right here.
Yeah.
How dare they?
You guys notice just right below him, There's a pair of tits.
Oh my God, Rob! Fuck off.
Nice execution.
Yeah.
Mecha tits.
He's been holding that one for a long time, I think.
He was charging it up.
Yeah. Just
He's
like
probably seen that
Godzilla.
image for months now and has been just waiting for the right time.
I'm
to
gonna
say
be
that out
real.
loud.
I'm gonna be real. First time I noticed it. I know it's a surprise, but I get it. I see you, Harold. I see me.
Awesome.
You hear that, Toho Kingdom?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of them.
Look at this thing, man. Like I just got, I got the same day I got my Ghidorah from Haya, they solicited this. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. We knew it was coming, though. We knew it was coming.
Yes, but I didn't think they were going to release the solicitation that soon,
Mhm.
So,
Well, look what they did with their
But-
2019 King Ghidorah.
yeah. But you know what I like? I like the shade. Like, if there's one thing that Haya does better than Bandai is just the way the paint up on their figures. To me personally, I mean, look at the shading or in the wings and stuff like that. The grime and the metal and stuff like that. That's phenomenal. I find, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else sees it, but he's squatting down and it looks like he's about to take a poop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
somebody
I just noticed he's resting his whole body on the wings, and I looked over at my SH Monster Arts, and it doesn't have to do that.
Yeah,
And
I
Dell
think that this
was
is
right
the
out behind him.
prototype, like not being
Oh,
able to hold his
absolutely.
weight.
Yeah.
Definitely a prototype because its
But he's
legs are buckled in on itself.
Yeah.
yes.
He's definitely squatting though. Like
Yeah, he's ready to take one, take a big
Yeah.
one.
a mecha big one.
A mecha.
A mecha
Mecha
big one. Yeah. But I'm running out of real estate for these guys. You know what I mean? So like,
Just now? You're just now running out of real estate?
I got the legendary Ghidorahs, one over here and the other one over here. I was like, oh man, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. So like,
Start taking the tails off.
Mm-hmm.
really?
I've done
Yeah.
that with X
It'll
Plus.
give you more room.
Yeah. It's true. It's the
That's
thing.
the X Plus way.
just buy a second house, Harold. Just
Yeah.
Take off the tails and sell them on the dark market. Kaiser tails! Get your Kaiser
Alrighty.
tails!
Alrighty.
Ain't you Ron Perlman?
Hey, I'm gonna see him this weekend.
Oh,
He's at
Sick.
Monster Palooza.
oh, he's so cool, Ron Perlman. Yeah. So we were talking about this, and I'm like one of the very few people in the community that have both these figures right now.
Congrats.
Thank
Happy
you.
for you.
No, but you're gonna love these two figures, man. They're phenomenal, But like, if you guys have seen my video regarding the wings, I mean, they're very posable and stuff. But like, as soon as I was telling you guys earlier before we went live, like when you bring it to in front of his face, like there's too much weight on that joint that it just drops. You know what I mean? So just have to be careful with that. But I have mine on a stand. I put them on a wing stand because like here in my room it's warm. You know what I mean? Like when I'm not here, you know what I mean? And I'm worried that over time the environmental conditions could wear the figure out. So that's why I did that. So yeah. But what are your thoughts? Like seeing my video and things, like what are your thoughts on this figure?
I hate USPS.
yeah. I'm waiting for my Ghidorah's been stuck in Toronto for 4 days now. I want it.
Yeah. I just want
Yeah.
it already. Looks awesome.
They look good. Yeah.
Give it to me. Fuckers.
Suckers. All right, cool.
I don't think there's anyone saying that Haya's figures don't look good, and if they are, they're just looking for drama.
You'd be
Yeah.
surprised.
I know, but if they are saying it, they're seriously looking for.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank
Poke
you,
in the
Childish
badger.
Landino. Thank you.
Landino.
Yes.
Behemoth mode.
Alrighty. So yeah, and I think this is the first Godzilla figure that has better articulation than the SH Monster Arts. Yeah. So that's a quite a feat for Haya Toys, with all the things that you guys can do with this figure. Get him to stand on his tail and stuff like that. I mean, wow.
I can't wait to get that. That'll be my first Haya.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wicked.
Hell of a
All
way to
right.
start, too.
Yeah.
Wicked.
I'm holding it in.
Alrighty. So let's talk about this. Right after I just got this guy in the mail, I posted my video, Haya just like, hey, we're gonna upgrade your Godzilla with a new head. I was like,
My Godzilla?
what? What? Okay, let me bring this guy close to the screen. Okay.
Tits.
Censor bar.
I don't see anything wrong with this figure's head or the sculpt. I don't, except for the eyes. Okay, but I would cover him like a. Oh dear, that's a child.
He's gonna make bigger tits on him. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Shinra Jira custom coming soon.
I personally don't see. Like I'm surprised that they actually are saying, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna give you a new head sculpt for this figure." I was like, "What, really? Like, if it's just for eye decals, I mean, I could just get somebody to paint that myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
You got to think though, not everybody has that luxury though, Harold.
That's true too, but still, I mean, why not just wait for like the next release? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, then everybody who got the
got
first one would complain that they had to, like maybe they're trying to fix that ahead of time so they don't have to.
I'm just surprised that they're willing to go to that length.
I think
you know
we
what
all
I mean.
are.
Like I've never seen a company do that.
That speaks volumes, about their dedication to the customer. So that's great.
I think though, when they start making these announcements, I wish they would show us a little bit more instead of just say it, because they did it with did they do that with Mechagodzilla where they showed the 3D sculpt after they said they were changing it
months later?
Yeah. I wish they would maybe just show us like where we're going with this instead of just words, and it would maybe give a little bit more context, because I agree, I don't see massive changes needing to be done to that head. But at the same time, that's not a suit I'm super 100% locked into and familiar with, so maybe I'm missing something that other people have seen.
This comment right here, I forgot to ask Haya, since we're getting a new head for this guy, of course does that mean that the Hokkaido heat ray is getting pushed back a little because of the upgrade? I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys know? Any idea?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, so presumably they said that the heat ray 91 was going to come out before Godzilla Evolved, and now Godzilla Evolved appears to be coming first. So
yes.
I would assume that they are just delaying 91 heat ray version until they have the new heads.
That makes sense. Yeah, because why do that twice, right? So,
Exactly.
I mean, how many times have we heard that they put out a new version of a figure, or they do a 2.0 and it's right after everybody just got theirs, and then they get all mad that they
dude, this is this is leaning harder into the meme.
Yeah.
Harold literally just got his figure and they're like, "Oh no, we're going to fix it now." It's crazy.
Yeah.
Post the photos ahead of time so you don't have to run into these things. That way you can fix it before you send out all the packages to everybody.
See, I think this is great, because when it happens and I get the head in, I can literally just do a fucking video about the goddamn head.
Yeah.
Head review.
Separate video.
Yes. Yeah.
It's giving
Nothing
us
like
all more
a little
content.
bit of head.
Yeah.
Shit. Wrong.
God. Anyways, so alrighty, so this the tease for Godzilla X Kong Supernova happened. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, for me, I was like, it's what, a year away, 2 years away. Yeah. I mean, sure. I of course I'm gonna, but I'm not excited for this right now because it's just too far away. You know what I mean? Not until I see more. Okay.
Yeah.
The thing that I was most excited for, we'll talk about it towards the end, was that Godzilla, 70 years new roar in Asia, Southeast Asia. We'll talk more about that in a bit. That's the one that I'm excited for. Okay, but let's talk about this. So, Richie, how about we start with you? What are your thoughts? Okay, first of all, Richie, have you been enjoying the Legendary movies?
Hell yeah, they're fun. And that's all I could ask for. To think that we've had Godzilla -1, and then 6 months later or 5 months later, Godzilla X Kong. Yep, I saw that too. Distractions, good stuff.
I'm gonna point it out that he's one of my good friends, Caleb. He's been holding on to that one for a couple minutes, and I told him just go for it.
Execution.
I mean to be
Yeah.
I think Rich's answer was the correct answer about this Legendary franchise.
Yeah,
it's fun. I think the fans like us, this demographic of age group, these movies feel they're not perfect, but they're
fun. I love
the
them.
movies we wish we could have had when we were kids.
Yes, exactly.
It's the exact stuff that I like imagined doing with my toys in the 90s.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
like a 70s Renaissance, but today in Hollywood
with today's special effects.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
Yo, that suplex that Kong does to Godzilla, like freaking dope.
Yeah,
Godzilla did to Kong.
Yeah, Godzilla does it to Kong. Yeah,
like what am I watching? This is amazing.
Yeah, totally. So let's talk about this a little. Right away, people are speculating, rightfully speculating, I think. You know what I mean? Like, who could be the possible antagonist in the next film? I'm leaning towards either Space Godzilla or Gigan. I personally, I would like the Gigan Rex scenario, Gigan, and then a whole bunch of Gigans with him. That'd be fucking cool. You know what I mean? I would love to see that in a movie. You know what I mean? Gigan Rex and Kong and Godzilla taking on like a whole bunch of Gigans. That'd be fucking cool. Yeah. So, Rob, what are your thoughts? Let's start with you, Rob. And let's go down the list.
None of them. It's gonna be Gabra.
Spoilers, Rob. You're not supposed to say anything.
What? I'm sorry, Mike. But goddamn,
you're leaking all my information. You're gonna get me caught.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shame about Del Toro. But seriously though, I'd be fine with Space Godzilla out of the four. Gigan, I mean, you can't not have fun with Gigan. It doesn't matter. You'll always have fun with Gigan. Destroyer, Boiling Pot, and what's that again? Oh, Kaiser Ghidorah. You can give him a hot dog.
Cool. Richie, what do you think? What does this feel to you? Like, who could be the possible antagonist?
I mean, with Supernova, it clearly makes you think Space Godzilla automatically.
Right.
And my brain starts cranking. I was like, all right, well, how did Godzilla cells get into outer space, to somehow create Space Godzilla? So that could be a cool story point. Gigan would be freaking dope. I've seen people saying, based off of the Supernova title, it looks like Gigan's visor eye, laser beam coming out there.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. I mean, it's too early to base anything off of the title or that teaser. It's just a teaser. So once we, like you said, once we have something a little bit more to chew on, then I'll go from there.
Right. Cool. So, Mike Monsters, what about you? He knows a lot. He's
Mike's not allowed to answer the question.
I think I'm not allowed to say anything.
Now you're getting the close up.
The teaser does have a lot of Easter eggs that line up with a lot of what I know. So, yes, there's a lot inside of that teaser, even though it doesn't feel like it.
Oh, I gotta watch it again now.
You gotta like zoom in on screens and shit, and there's also things that like people don't know. So it's like Yeah.
What was it I saw after it came out? Somebody decoded the
binary.
code or
Yes,
something.
yeah, there's the
Oh, I-
binary, and the binary says
Yeah.
Godzilla looked to the space or something.
Watch
and then
this space, Godzilla
watch this
Kong.
space.
Watch this space.
Watch this space, Godzilla Kong. Watch this space, Godzilla Kong.
Mm.
Watch this space, Godzilla Kong. Like it repeats itself, but still no comment from me. I think I can't wait to see it play out, though. That's for sure.
Space
Yeah.
Kong's gonna go
If
hard.
everything
Space
goes
Kong,
according
yeah.
to plan, if everything goes according to plan, this might be the movie that really kicks ass. you know?
Sweet.
Wow.
I
That,
don't
see,
know.
now you
What
get
it-
hyped.
What if Space Godzilla ends up being Godzilla's father?
Oh god.
No.
No.
Well, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. No comment, but I'm not. No. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
All right.
King Godzilla. You know.
All right.
It's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it. 2 years is gonna be a long time. Thankfully,
Cool.
I've got Alien and Predator movies in between there
Mm.
to distract me.
Cool.
absolutely.
So Kaiju Canuck, what about you? What are you feeling from this?
Yeah, so Mike and I have talked about this. So I'm in a very similar
Give it
boat to
out.
Mike. Yeah. So I think Mike, I need you to like wave your arms if I'm like
You got my heart pounding over here now.
okay. I think that there are things about the teaser that people are correctly picking up on.
Uh-huh.
But I think that in the same way that the New Empire's title reveal trailer only represented a small piece of what the movie was about, I think that this teaser is the same. I think that there's a lot of stuff that it's leaving out.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff in the trailer that people don't know what it means yet.
Exactly.
And they're connecting dots that aren't actually connected, but it's made to build the speculation.
Yes.
That trailer.
Now, I do want to actually highlight something that D-Man made he made an observation in his analysis of the teaser, in that the New Empire, with their title drop, they were very like front and center with the antagonist kaiju of the movie. Like it was the first thing you see, Scar King on his throne, and it pounds out to Kong and Godzilla's skull, and it was like front and center. Here's the new threat. Whereas this one is very reserved. It's very cryptic, which makes you wonder, like, what is going on? Like, why are they approaching it this way? So something to think about.
There are
but-
reasons.
Yeah, but I probably can't say too much else.
Nope. You didn't. I didn't have to wave my hands, but
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you nailed that. Yeah, there is a lot to. Like, I'm not going to give anything away, but like Sedona is brought up in the trailer, and
Yes.
it's not what people think. It's not at all what people think, and I can't wait to see what Sedona has to do with this movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So articulation series. What are your thoughts?
I think I think it's easy to point out Space Godzilla as being the big bad.
Mhm.
So, but I want to throw out, and it's not on this, but I want to throw out, if we do get Space Godzilla, maybe we'll also get a surprise Ghidorah appearance.
Oh.
Just thinking outside the box of different kind of space monsters that kind of came out here. I think Gigan's too easy. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do Gigan for this. I think they
I think
want
Gigan's too out there too as well.
I think they want you to think Gigan. That's what I think. So,
Mhm.
but it'd be pretty cool to see like a duo threat,
Mhm.
and it would be really crazy if it was like, say it was Hydra, and that's what everybody sees. It's like, oh, that's Hydra, that's the big bad, and then Space Godzilla comes down and thrashes everything. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you think if it's going to be, because it's hinting at aliens, right? So do you think we'll also get Godzilla and Kong to have allies? Because I mean, we know that they allied with Shimo already. Could we see Shimo return and a Mothra return? Plus another one. I don't know.
So Harold, you know what I think would be really fucking cool is a modern day version of Destroy All Monsters.
Don't call it that though.
I'm not
I mean,
gonna
if you
call
just-
it that.
Yeah, if you don't call it that, but you make your own, so that way people don't compare it.
Yeah,
and if they're
sure.
different. But like having a all-out bash, yeah, and then we Yeah.
Oh, here's a question: is Rodan dead?
No.
No,
Okay.
No.
Taking a lava nap. He's fine.
Okay.
he's
I think
hibernating.
in GVK doesn't it show Mothra in the Defeated as well? When she's
Yes.
like, so she comes back, like, but what was she defeated? I mean, Ghidorah killed her, but it makes it look like Godzilla defeated all of those enemies, you know? So
Yeah.
I think these movies, he's
They're
not.
playing fast and loose, I think, with the imagery in those credits. But no, my understanding is that Rodan is hibernating in the volcano.
Okay.
He chilling.
Alrighty.
He's
He's
having
chilling.
a siesta in Mexico.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Mexico.
Ooh.
Okay. Very nice. All right. So, oh, sorry about that. Getting to this. Did you guys see this? So this is they announced a new 4D ride, and this is in Lodi World. Is that how you say it? Lodi World. Anyways, it's in South Korea. Okay, I was in South Korea this year back in January, and now I'm itching. I have to go back now because of this ride. And if you guys haven't yet, you guys definitely should check out the Godzilla the ride in Sibuyan. Richie, did you go?
No,
Remember when I met? No, you didn't.
I didn't get out there.
Oh man.
Next time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, but the thing though is, I mean, we have nothing to show for it yet, but like I'm curious to see what this ride's going to be like. But going off of like that Sibuyan ride, man, that when I went on that ride, man, I lost my shit, man. I was ecstatic. And you know, Matt Frank was with me when I went on that ride, and holy Jesus, it was incredible. What an incredible experience. But I don't know if that ride is going to be there still, or will it be replaced with a new one? You know, remember that they announced that they were going to do a new ride. I wonder if it's this one, or if it's a replacement of the one in Sibuyan.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a new one, because Yamazaki's directing it too, and he directed the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Harold, with that one you went on, did you watch the video on YouTube of it before? Like, there's a screen recording, so like, have you seen it?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Never saw it. Okay, because it's I was curious if like it feels different, because I've watched it on YouTube and I would totally love it. But it's just, I'm assuming it's because it's such a big screen and you just
you cannot that thing on YouTube does not do this ride justice at all. Yeah. You have to experience that for yourself, because when I was there, I got on this ride. Matt Frank was with me. My wife was right next to me too, and it was just exhilarating from start to finish. It was incredible. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. and then right after it finished, we went right back in line, because thankfully it was on a day where like there was nobody. The park was dead. You know what I mean? So it wasn't even a holiday or anything like that. You know what I mean? So like we could go on as many times as we want, and we did. And it was exhilarating. It was really, and you know what? Like when and I knew that Yamazaki was directed that, you know. And at this point, I haven't seen Godzilla -1 yet, but I could see the influences. You know what I mean? From Yamazaki. Like if you saw that sunset, what's that?
Always Sunset.
Always two.
Yeah, like you could see like it's inspired by that and things like the train flying out of nowhere and things and tumbling and stuff like that. And then when you see that again in -1, the train just flies in and it hits the track. Oh man, Yamazaki really likes flying trains and things. So but man, it was awesome. That's all I can say. I mean, there's just not enough words to tell you guys. You guys need to go out there and experience that ride for yourself. Yeah, because it's amazing. Yeah. Alrighty. So thoughts, anybody? So okay, I know Richie you have, but who else has traveled to Southeast Asia? No?
Nope.
Okay. You guys, if there's one thing that you guys should definitely do, you know, put on your bucket list, is to do that, man.
Yeah, it's definitely on that list.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
But I keep spending it all on toys.
Yeah.
Flights out of LA and to that area is quite expensive.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I guess from Seattle to Japan though, it's much cheaper these days. So if you go up and then go down, it's cheaper.
Interesting.
Yes. Alrighty.
I just had friends that went, so they told me.
Okay. So let's talk about this. Man, when I saw this, I was like, oh, I gasped because, I had both Brian Flynn and Kyle Wadaga here on the show and things. And I've spoken to Kyle Wadaga and I've got to know him, and he's a very charming person. And I think Brian Flynn is a very charming person too, and things. And just to see this happen, and it's very it's very concerning, which is what I'm gonna say. Kyle, can you fill in on what's been happening?
Yeah. So, I mean, in terms of what's happening, yeah, there were some really major layoffs at Super 7. A huge chunk of their design team has been laid off. I don't know outside of design how many of the others have been laid off, but Kyle Wadaga is no longer with the company. Dave White, he's Mechazone on Instagram. He's the one who did the articulation and sculpting for Godzilla -1, the Ultimate. Like, he's gone too.
Oh.
So I think regardless of where you stand on Super 7, like as a company or the stuff that they make, I think that we can all agree that there's some really great talent that I guess used to work there and continues to work there. I really hope that these guys and girls get scooped up and find new work, because they fucking deserve it. They do really great things. They do amazing things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, as for the layoffs, my understanding is that there is some of the design team still there. Most of the company is still there. The layoffs were a minority of the company, so it's not like, Super 7 was hollowed out overnight. But as Brian said in his statement, they really need to hone in on the stuff that they make. They're not. I really, and I haven't talked to Brian about this very extensively, so this is just my impression, my raw impression. I don't think that you're gonna see like super risky, like you're not going to see anything equivalent to like a Monster Arts Legion coming out of Super 7, right? They're gonna stick with what they know people are interested in and can reliably sell to their customers, at least for the time being. Like, as we've seen today, there's some news around the potential that the tariffs are maybe going away or on pause or whatever. It's all very up in the air. It changes on week-to-week basis.
Yeah.
But I think for the time being, Super 7 just needs to sort of stick to what works at their core. At least for the next little while. Maybe they'll get to a point where they can start building up their portfolio and their repertoire a little bit more. But if it's not obvious, like, they're hurting. They are hurting pretty substantially. The one thing I think that maybe to quantify for people, because these layoffs happened right on the day that the tariffs were announced to drop from 135% down to 30%. And so that, I think, really caught people by surprise. Now, if you guys have been following Super 7's recent, like, products that they've shipped to customers, it includes the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Ultimates, which, first of all, TMNT is like a flagship brand for Super 7. Very huge thing. The TMNT 2003, easily among like the most anticipated figures that they've put out in a long time. It's a line that hasn't gotten a whole lot of attention. Brand new articulation schemes. You could see people are getting these in hand. Gangbusters. People were very, very excited for those.
They look great.
Those figures arrived during the 135% tariff rate. Those things were on the water and arrived. They got slapped with the 135% tariffs on those. Like, I'm mostly sure. Okay, we are talking about a line of figures that is the most requested of one of their flagship brands. Conservatively, I would say there's at least 10,000 of these things that they had to account for. And even if you put the declared value of those at a quarter of MSRP, they got slapped with at least $200,000 of tariffs when those things arrived at port. Whoa. And I don't care who you are, when you get a $200,000 bill that you were not accounting for, that's going to fucking hurt. On the conservative side, $200,000.
That's $250,000 almost.
Yes.
Like, that's, people need to understand that.
Yes.
Yep. So and Super 7's not making $1 million every day.
No. As much as people might like to think that like they're charging $20 a reaction,
Bandai's not even making that much money a day.
right. You know, so they got slapped with at least $200,000 bill on those turtles. On the very, very, very conservative side. Extremely, we're assuming 10,000 units and $14 a figure. I guarantee you those numbers are conservative.
That's just the turtles.
And it's just the turtles. That is just the turtles. It doesn't account for any other ultimates that landed, any other reactions that landed. Brian said that they paused the shipments, but they still had a whole bunch of inventory on the water. So it's they got slapped. They got absolutely devastated. They're not laying off the most talented people in the industry because they're a greedy company. They're doing it because they're hurt. Yeah. So that's all I really want to say on it. I've talked a bit on my channel. I've had to, eat crow a little bit on my channel for some of the stuff that I've said. But like, I just really want people to appreciate that it's literally a trade war. And it's not different than any other war in the sense that there's no good place to stand. If you don't just eat the tariffs, if you can't just eat the cost, nothing you do is going to be popular. But you have to be able to communicate that. And I think that it speaks to what Rich was saying earlier about X Plus. You need to be able to communicate things. And it sucks that we're all in this shit together, but we are all in this shit together. We just need to talk to each other about it. Some of the discourse around this whole thing has been so toxic, so full of vitriol. It's really disheartening to me. And this is probably like the least pleasant time since I've started YouTube because of how shitty the conversations have been.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I've got to say on it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope for the best for Super 7. I'm a big fan of the company. I mean, I love the Toho Ultimates line and things, and I'm just worried about what might happen after, you know what I mean? Like Kyle's not there and that other gentleman is not there. I was like, oh my goodness, man, what's gonna happen to this line? You know what I mean? Because because a thing, like collecting Godzilla figures, you know what I mean? Like when you get to know like Yuji Sakai, KN Lin, like you become a fan of their art style, you know what I mean? And like and sometimes you pick up those figures just specifically for that because that person worked on that Godzilla figure, you know what I mean? And you have you've built a connection with that person now too, you know what I mean? And like that person's gone. I was like, God damn. You know what I mean?
It's like I love knowing that I know. Excuse me. I love knowing that I know the person that made like that Space Godzilla that's right there, or something like that. And it's like that person's in my life now, and I also have his artwork on my shelf.
Yes,
it's so fucking cool. And now, unfortunately, he might not have that ability to do that anymore, or he might not go back to it.
I commented on the when the statement was posted on Instagram. I commented that the layoffs, at least to me, hurt so much because of the community around Super 7. Like it's the people that work there being active in like live streams like this, or the content that we make, and them including people like us in their social media posts. Like that's to me what stings the most, is because you can feel that they're folks that are not that different than us.
I was one of these people. I worked at fucking Bandai, and like I know internally things are going crazy there right now too, because this whole situation. It's not just one company reacting to this. It's not just Brian Flynn doing this to everybody. Like I've been joking in our group chats. It's like, how could Brian do this when any new tariff announcement gets announced? Like it's I don't know if I would have been directly affected, but like I could see that if this continued, the marketing department that I worked in could have started making cuts, and I could have been one of those cuts, you know? Like it's just crazy to think that 2 years ago I wouldn't have been worried about my job, but if I was still at Bandai, maybe I'd be considering like, ooh, do I need to look up for a backup right now when this was my daily livelihood and I didn't even know that I would have to be looking up for something else soon. It's been so unexpected. Even though we knew this was coming, it's still, I think we all hoped that it wasn't gonna
the gut punches would
be
hurt.
this.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I hope for the best. I hope for Kyle Wadaga and things, and we'll see what happens, man. Just, hope for the best for them.
I mean, maybe Kyle, maybe you don't know this, but like, have you heard at all if all this tariff shit goes away, can these people be brought back? Do you know that? I mean, that's a very confidential conversation, of course, too. So you may not.
Yeah.
Would they want to come back because they've been let go and maybe they've had their bridge burned now too. So
yeah. So I mean, to speak to that point, I think we've seen some stuff online about there being not, great feelings towards being let go by some of these folks. Because at the end of the day, the company did make the decision to let them go, regardless of the other factors. I truly don't know how deep into it Super 7 is. I don't know if they can afford to bring back Kyle and David White and Nomi and all the folks. I truly don't know. I'm inclined to say that they probably are not going to be in a position to hire these folks back. And by the time they are in a position to hire them back, these people will have moved on to other things.
And I mean, honestly, if I was in that position and I had been let go and I wasn't happy about it, but then got asked back, I wouldn't be surprised if I asked for more money too, because of what you've done to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trust you now, so I'm going to have to compensate with that with more of a salary. Yeah. So I can see that also being a factor in, okay, now we can't hire this person back because they want more. Yeah. Rightfully so in that case too.
Yeah.
Toys are fun, guys.
Yeah. So let's move on, since we're stepping on that topic now about fucking go, you fucking piece of shit. Okay, this.
Yes,
this.
tariffs. I love the tariffs.
Tacos.
Motherfucker.
Taco.
So it's so, you know what? Like, god damn it. Fucking work, these plastic piece of shit. Okay, there you go.
That's, I mean, you're giving you're not really stating it right now, Harold, but you're making a good point too. You're being affected by this as a collector because the United States company is now being affected by it, and you're in Taiwan. Like, this is a worldwide issue. This proves what Kyle said. It's a war. Like, it's not.
It is literally a war.
It's not.
It's not being fought with guns and missiles.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so hard to stay on top of like everything that's happening. You know what I mean? At one point it's 145%, and then it's 30%, and then all of a sudden, I shared that video with you about the Midas touch that that court declared that these tariffs are unlawful.
Yesterday?
Yeah, that was literally yesterday. Yeah, and so like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean?
When we saw that news yesterday, I almost texted you guys asking, can Super 7 rehire these guys?
Yeah.
But then today we wake up to find out maybe not. This is not actually over. It's like so stupid.
Yeah. You know what? Like,
I miss boring politics.
I don't comment. You know what? Like, I don't comment on politics and stuff like that, but I will say this motherfucker's become a menace. Yeah. So
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I can go for a while.
Yeah. Anyways, man. So we're at the 2-hour mark. Does anybody need a bathroom break now?
I always do.
Yeah.
I have a small bladder.
Especially with what's in this. So yeah.
Alrighty.
Probably why I'm a little feisty tonight.
So let's
Tariff's gonna be
continue.
pissed, guys.
Yeah, let's continue. We're almost at the end, guys. I promise, guys. Okay, but we're having fun. Are you guys having fun?
Absolutely.
We chilling.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, and calm your horses about the Haya Godzilla.
They
evolve,
just announced
please.
it yesterday. They showed it out
Jesus.
like 2 days ago. It's coming.
You, goddamn.
It's
Anyways.
canceled.
Meme at
It's
this
not
point.
coming out
Yeah.
anymore. It's
I'm gonna
fine.
get it first, and I'm
You
gonna
are
rub it in your
probably
face.
Harold. Actually,
Yeah, you are.
You
Yeah,
always are
I am.
first.
Yeah,
You should like put
Okay.
a really like fake review out. Just say it's the worst figure of all time. Like
Yeah.
the weight wasn't worth it. This sucks. What's happened to Haya? Just like really fuck with everybody.
yeah, totally. I'm gonna
That'd be
do that.
hilarious.
Maybe.
You should.
Yeah. Anyways, man, the thing that was that I was very excited for was watching this trailer. Okay. What a spectacular trailer. And like me being here in Southeast Asia myself, you know, I visited some of these places, you know what I mean? So it kind of hit me, it kind of touched my heart in a way, you know what I mean? And I wish for all of you guys, for everybody watching and stuff like that, to experience that. You know what I mean? If there's one thing that you guys have to do before you go to that big monster island in the sky, is just to get out here and experience all that for yourselves, man. Because I promise, man, it's an unbelievable experience that like you will cherish for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So what are your thoughts on that on that particular trailer, Kyle? Let's ask you first, Kyle.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. My immediate reaction was like, is this gonna be like how Godzilla looks in the -1 sequel? Which I don't think there's any reason to hard commit to that. But it's
They're coming for you, Rob.
they're
It's coming.
very unique design. I love the green. You know, we got pink Godzilla last year. We've got green Godzilla this year. I'm down for all the different colors.
Yes.
Yeah, and I hope that we get a Movie Monster Series figure at the very, very least. It would be a shame if they went through all the trouble to make that model and then not do anything with it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, Michael, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I think it looks neat. As far as seeing it as its own thing, I'd like to see it maybe in the new ride that they're doing. You know what I mean? We haven't seen much of it beyond just the clip of its face in the ocean, but I'd be curious to see if they're going to use that or if it's just going to be the original -1 design for that. But maybe they're going to use this for other promotion kind of things for Southeast Asia, for like Blu-rays or DVDs or other kind of merch or something. It's a neat thing to exist. I hope we get some figures out of it. I think X Plus is probably going to be the one that's probably going to do it before anybody else. So
sure, they did last time with the Godzilla the ride. Yeah, so
yeah, they did the ride Godzilla.
Yeah.
So I think we can probably bank on maybe that appearing in X Plus, but anything else, I don't know. Probably Movie Monsters too, right? I mean, Movie Monsters did Ridezilla too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shinrob Jira, thoughts on that trailer?
That's a thing that exists. It's there. It's nice. I don't want to think about toys right now. I genuinely don't, with everything that's going on, and Lord knows what companies are going to do next year specifically. So, I mean, whatever happens, happens. The green is nice. I don't want to get filleted for saying it, though.
You might be saying what I'm thinking.
What?
Maybe.
You might not be alone.
Speak your truth, Rob.
Well, there's two, because I don't know if one was even... Well, the personal thing is, it's just, okay, -1, yes, hype, beautiful fucking design. I'm sick of seeing it already.
Yeah. No, I don't need it to do -1 shit over and over again. I don't need the same pose every time he does his fire breath. I don't need atomic breath, but I don't need the same thing every time, just a different color.
Yeah, and I'm genuinely hoping that something different is done for Godzilla Subtracts again, honestly. Not like entirely. I'm not saying remake the guy from the ground up, but, you know, bro lost his head, and then everything
He
else.
lost everything.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I just like that's just me being a salty Shin Godzilla fan. That's all it is, really. Because I miss my boy. I miss my lumpy tumor burnt lasagna boy. I do.
Yeah.
And his anniversary is next year, so there's that. But
and I don't feel that they're ever going to go back to that one either.
No, definitely not. I just want more merch. That's
Yeah.
all. I just want more merch. I know Shin Godzilla's time is he did his due diligence. He won his awards. He made his money. He's retired. He's going to Hawaii and just chilling.
Yeah.
Him and Goro Maki.
Yeah.
Lodged in his tail. I still believe it.
Rich, what about you?
I dig it. Like everybody else said, the green's cool. Kind of a mysterious, like, all right, what's going on here? Get your attention type of thing. But like what Rob was just saying, like, you know, when he's going to do the roar, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So was it just a copy and paste, you know, merch type of advertisements for something that's coming along with it? I think I only watched it twice. But again, like the Supernova teaser, you know, I'll chew on it when there's something else to chew on. So
Sure.
But it's cool. Hey, you know, there's more stuff out there than we could ask for right now. So
absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. Mike Monsters, how about you?
Yeah, I watched this thing and I was like, what is this for? What is this? This was cool. But it looks like it could have been a fan animation or something too. Like, I was like, what is this? Like, is this a gemstone thing? What is this?
Yeah.
But it's cool. I'm sure it's because it's like with Godzilla the Ride. I'm sure that was the initial design and then they tweaked it for -1. And then I'm sure this is the whatever, maybe this is for a ride or something. And it's going to be similar, but not the same for -2. I don't know. It was cool though. Like seeing CGI Godzilla renders and just CGI things, it's just like anyone could have made this, and it's it's fun. But if it were something like this is a tease for a new movie, or if I had more context, I think I'd be like, great. But it's just another Godzilla design that's green this time, and I'm like, I don't need a new color. Like I said a second ago, I don't need a new color for every season. That's the thing with a complaint with Dragon Ball, and I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. There are too many hair colors and only so much space on my shelf, but I also don't need every hair color too. Like we don't need a form for every color. And after a while, it's like, okay, what's the next color? And there's nothing exciting about it besides what color is it going to be? I don't need that. But I mean, it's cool. I can't deny that it's fucking cool.
Sure.
When and the roar and everything, it's like, yeah, Godzilla, but
cool.
We also are getting so much Godzilla than we've ever had. Yeah. When I see something like this, that I'm like, there's just more. What is this?
I wanted to do a video about that trailer, but since I have you gentlemen with you, I figure I share in the fun with you guys, and I want to make this video, like I'll cut it at the end and stuff, and I'll edit and stuff, and I want to bring you guys on board on this journey too. All right, guys. So this is the breakdown. Okay, now when I saw this video, I was it touched my heart, as I told you before, because you know I've traveled around here and things, and I recognized a lot of these places that are in this trailer and things. And then because I live in Taiwan, I was like, hey, I wonder if Taiwan is in this, you know? But like, I showed my wife this video and she's like, I don't think Taiwan is in this, because, you know, if Taiwan was in this video, they would showcase Taiwan's most famous landmark, and that's Taipei 101. Well, Taipei 101 is not in this, right? So I was like, oh, okay. But there are places that look very similar to Taiwan. And I wanted to know which places were that. So I went over to ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT, hey, where are these places? So I took a picture, you know, I took the screen and I asked ChatGPT, and I got some pretty interesting responses from ChatGPT. So I had to readjust like the questions and stuff. So let's look at the first one. All right. Now this here, okay, so I asked the first time I asked ChatGPT, where is this? there's like, oh, Isla Sorna, or I was like, what? That can't be right. And then I got, okay, no. What possible real location could this be? I had to readjust the question, and it gave me 3 possible locations. It gave me Hawaii, which it can't be Hawaii because Hawaii is not considered Southeast Asia. It's Polynesia, right? So it's either Vietnam or the Philippines, right? So, but then here in Taiwan, there is a place here that's very similar to this spot that you see right here. Okay, and that is Sun Moon Lake, Taiwan. And this is beautiful. Guys, now before I go any further, I want to let all you guys here in the panel, mi casa es tu casa. If you guys ever come to Taiwan, I promise you I will take you around Taiwan. You guys will have an amazing time here in Taiwan. I promise you guys. And thanks. Mi casa es tu casa. And I've been here. My wife and I, we come here quite often. We camp out because we camp out in our van with our dogs because like we wake up at 3 a.m. and we look up and we just see like just this field of stars. It's just fantastic. If you guys have ever seen that, you know what I mean? So like it's just a magical place, Sun Moon Lake, and it looks exactly like that. Yeah. Alrighty. So next place.
I have one question, Harold.
Go ahead.
We know that. Sorry to interrupt. We know that Takashi Yamazaki is a master in special effects, and a lot of the special effects in -1 were CGI renders. Those cities weren't real. Could it be possible that these are all fake?
Oh, it's possible because like if it doesn't know,
they're
then
not real locations.
It's not. It might not be real, but some of these are real based on real locations, and I'm going to get to that. Yeah.
Oh, of course,
okay?
yeah. But I'm wondering if like these exact positions are all fake. It's all just made in a computer because he's goddamn good with his teams.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So the next one, I don't know where this is. You know what I mean? And I haven't seen these huts before, not here in Taiwan. So then ChatGPT was like, Hawaii? I was like, I don't know, but good try. Alrighty. So if anybody in the comments section know, please let me know. Alrighty.
I don't think that's Hawaii.
No, definitely
I've been
not.
there quite a few times. I don't think that's Hawaii at all.
Oh, I want to go to Hawaii. Yeah,
it's
cool.
pretty great.
Awesome. All right. Now seeing this in that trailer was like freaking cool. I was like, oh, that'd be so cool. Right. But possible location is Phang Nang Bay in Thailand or Hong Long Bay, Vietnam. And let me show you those 2 spots. Beautiful spots. Look at this. This is Phang Nang Bay, and could be
Skull Island.
Yeah, Skull Island. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. And like my wife and I, we've been wanting to take a trip to Thailand and stuff. Cambodia is on the list too to take a trip and things. And look at this. This is very Skull Island. Look at that.
Cambodia?
So, yeah, Cambodia too. Yeah.
Cambodia?
All right, so moving on. Go ahead, Robbie.
No, Cambodia. Cambodia.
Oh, wait. I get it. Okay. All right. Someone's going to have to explain that for the audience, I think.
Hey, Mr. Cambodia.
The panel's very lost. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Be right back.
Yeah.
So real quick, there Rob and I participated in a charity Jeopardy stream, and one of the questions was for the canceled Godzilla versus Hedorah sequel, which continent would Godzilla have arrived in for the first time on film? And this was Rob's question, and Rob said Cambodia. and the host was like, "That's not a continent, Rob."
I'm like, sure it is. By the way, Kaiju Canuck does have a super edited down version of that stream on his channel where it's all like the greatest hits.
Yes.
You should watch that because it's funny. I make a pilgrimage to that frequently.
Cool. Very cool.
So yes, Cambodia.
Awesome.
Ah!
Alrighty. So yeah, worth the travel, guys. You should go.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Next one. Now look at this one here. So this is in the trailer. Godzilla. This is very this harkens back to Shin Godzilla. Remember when he steps on that beach, Rob?
I see it every day. I see it every day in my dreams, bro.
Ah, yes. Okay, so this is actually a real location. This is Ulun Danu Bertrand. Oh my god, it's hard to pronounce these names. It's a temple in Bali, Indonesia. Yes, and here is that temple.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a hard match.
Yeah, so that's a pretty 1-to-1 match. Yeah, looks really nice.
Absolutely.
Okay? Yeah. Next one. Okay, so this one I had a little bit of trouble with, but I found out it's the Bayon Temple in Cambodia.
Ha ha! It comes back again.
It's been all
and this is
Oh,
this
more
is the actual place. Yeah, this is the actual thing. So there's actually 2 of these. All right. So I think the one that's in the trailer is like the bigger one, but just in a different angle and things. So, but it's Cambodia.
In Cambodia.
Alrighty. Yes, sir. All right. Next one. Now this one's easy. Okay. So this is Petronas Towers, Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I will be going to Malaysia this October, and here it is. And I am looking forward to spending some time there with my Titan Master friends. Patrick Ong, he lives there. Mike's Monsters, you remember Patrick Ong?
I think, wasn't he on Titan Masters?
Yes,
I think you guys had me on back in the day. Yeah.
Yes. So he lives there. Okay, and I can't wait to hang out with them. Akira Joe is gonna join us. Alan Prama from the Philippines, he's gonna join us there too and stuff. So it's gonna be a fun time. So Kuala Lumpur, fantastic. Next one. Now this, I was actually here this year, but I didn't see this particular bridge. This is the Haiyan River Bridge in Seoul, Korea, and this is the bridge itself, the actual bridge. So yeah. So my wife and I, like, we're itching to go back to Korea, you know, when it's warm or it's like not freezing cold. And like, since this new ride that's happening in Korea is going to happen like sometime in December this year, I figure that we'll go back in April next year for that Godzilla the ride, and I'm pretty sure we'll get to see this bridge. So it's kind of a question here. Hey Harold, what's the main religion in Taiwan? Oh, it's like Buddha. Actually, like, you know what? It's hard to pinpoint. I mean, there is a big presence of Buddhism here in Taiwan, and but like here in Taiwan, there's like a ton of temples. Okay, and like each temple has its god, right? And there's like temple celebrations like all the time happening around Taiwan. It's quite amazing. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, you get to see, I don't know, it's too much in detail, but like, yeah, there's even a Catholic presence here in Taiwan. Like, I'm Catholic myself, my wife is Catholic and things. Like, we were married in a Catholic church here in Taiwan and stuff. So it's a mix, but it's mostly like Buddhism and things and stuff. So yeah. Alrighty. So
Harold, how long was your wedding ceremony? Was it one of the traditional Catholic ceremonies? Was it 2 hours long?
Man. Oh, it was like a like 2 hours long, I think. And then from there we went to the buffet place where we had our our thing, and then like we danced, we ate. Like, I've been to several weddings here in Taiwan, and they're not great. Okay, because the way they do weddings in Taiwan is like everybody goes, right? Mm-hmm. And like the bride, like during this whole time of this dinner, the bride comes out in like 3 different colored dresses and stuff like that.
I photographed a Taiwanese wedding before.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you know, right? And like the main courses, like all the dishes, it's all seafood. I freaking hate seafood. Okay. Okay. So then, like, when we were planning our wedding, it's like, okay, it's a whole bunch of foreigners that are gonna be on my side. You know what I mean? We're all meat eaters. You know what I mean? We're meat and potatoes kind of people. And then we found a hotel that had a buffet. So we went and we organized our wedding function there. So after the wedding, everybody could go to a buffet and everybody could just get whatever the hell they want. All the foreigners, all my foreigner friends, they stormed the liquor place and stuff like that. They got all the beer and they wanted and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then it came to dancing, and like all the foreigners, like, yeah, you know, right? And like the Taiwanese are like, what are we supposed to do? Yeah, they're not used to it. You know what I mean? So like we had to pull them off of their chairs, come dance with us, have fun and stuff like that. So yeah, it's fun. It was fun, but like we never wanted to do that again.
I just went to a Catholic wedding too.
Yeah,
2 or 3 weeks ago. And it was so long.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
The ceremony itself, the rest of the wedding, fine. The ceremony was like way too long.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't raised Catholic.
To answer that guy's question, it's actually they don't have a main state religion in South Korea, but it's largely Christianity, followed by Buddhism, followed by non-religion.
Yeah.
Fire.
So,
all right. So this I really like the silhouette here. I was talking to a friend of mine, Atomic Goji, and he pointed out to me that the spines are very reminiscent to Godzilla 2002. Do you see that?
A little bit. Yeah.
I think it reminds me of Evolved Godzilla.
It's 2000 and Evolved Godzilla, and the next one right after that, 2001 or whatever. 2000. No, what's the Kiryu Goji? 2002.
2002.
Yeah, so it's like all 3 of those combined with -1.
Yeah.
Hell of a tit silhouette too.
That's a good one. Yeah, he's even got a little nip going on there.
Yeah. Cold out there, bro.
So possible Philippines. I've been to the Philippines twice, but I've never been to the Philippine Islands. Look at this. Look at these islands, man. This is beautiful. Like 1,000 islands or something like that. So with the trip, guys. Alrighty, and then this. Okay, so possible Philippines, but there is a place here in Taiwan. Let me show you. So this is Taidong, Taiwan. I was there like 2 weeks ago. That's me and my dog, Obi. And and this place is beautiful. This is very Studio Ghibli-esque, you know? And like, you know what this, do you see all the green? Can you guess what that is?
Rice.
Is it rice?
Rice.
Bingo. It's all rice. Wow. It's all the rice cultivation. So like the majority of rice that comes from Taiwan comes from this place here. And this place is absolutely stunning. Yeah. So you guys ever come to Taiwan, I'll bring you here for sure. It's beautiful. Yeah.
An Android that went up? What? Sorry. Unrelated.
Chat.
Unrelated.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Next place. Okay, so this is possibly Manila. So because ChatGPT thinks that this is the Manila Cathedral. So this is the Manila Cathedral, this part right here. So it's quite possible. I was in Manila, and I didn't get to see this cathedral because I didn't have the time, but quite an interesting place, Manila for sure. Alrighty. Next one. This I don't know. Maybe Indonesia.
I know that bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So a lot of this, I imagine, like a lot of this is like CG, like it's CG enhanced and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, but this is the bridge that exists in Indonesia. So it might be this. Yeah. Who knows? Alrighty, and this, I really like this shot right here. Okay, so we have a place like this here in Taiwan. Okay, so let me show you. This is the rice terraces of Ximen. This is in Taipei County, which is beautiful. I've seen this personally, and yeah, quite a sight to see, for sure. All right, and this is Malaysia. This is Puteri Harbor, the lighthouse. Here's the lighthouse. Okay, So they do use shots of like they do use places, you know, real world locations for that whole trailer. At least most of them. Again, one more time, Kuala Lumpur. And here's like the best shot of Godzilla's head, and very -1-ish. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh yeah, -1.
Looks
Yeah.
like a -1 mixed with the ride again.
Yes. Yeah. Alrighty. And this is Singapore. So I'm itching to go to Singapore. So that's the Marina Bay Hotel and things. And yeah, this is awesome. This looks awesome. I really want to go to this hotel over here. Expensive as hell, but yeah. Alrighty. And that's pretty much it. And then it ends with a little green kiss.
I don't love the green eyes. I don't know what it is. The green eyes aren't working for me.
You know, when my wife saw this, she's like, "Is that Voldemort?" She thought it was Voldemort.
He does look like he's got like no color in his skin. And that's
yeah.
He does kind of look a little pale.
Yeah.
You know, the green eyes actually makes me think like 2008 Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Eric Bana.
Yes. Yeah.
No, that's not 2008. That's
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like if he sucked up some gamma radiation.
Yeah.
For sure.
Some Godzilla radiation.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, guys, we have hit we've covered all the points today, guys. So thank you so much, guys. We did it. We got through everything already. Is there anything that anybody wanna comment? Anything? Has there been any reveals on the social medias, guys? Have you seen
I keep looking at Tamashi, but no.
Android Shin Godzilla just got revealed.
Revealed or went up for pre-order?
Both.
I thought it was revealed before.
It was like a tease. Now we got.
There was a 30 minutes ago Ultraman post on SH or
Is it
Tamashi.
Is it what?
Well, that's cool.
Yes.
Is that the Android? Oh, that is cool. Yeah, that's cool.
He's gonna have a whole bunch of heat ray accessories and stands and stuff. He looks fucking freaky and adorable, and I love him to death.
I love his
Yeah, he looks
underbite.
Yeah.
Great googly moogly.
I've been waiting for this, so I'm very excited. The heat ray stuff looks so cool.
Cool.
Yeah, he
Very
looks fun.
nice. Yeah. Alrighty. All right. So, guys in the chat, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming today. This was an awesome ride, an awesome journey. And I want to give a special thank you to Mr. Fresh Vinyl himself, Rich Eiso. Thanks for coming on the show to get again, sir.
No, I didn't want to be here. Shut up.
No, really, the pleasure is mine to hang out with you guys. So very cool. Thank you for having me. Honestly,
cool.
Awesome. All right, guys. So now before we leave, let's give everybody their plugs. Shinrob Jira, where can people find you?
Jesus. You can find me on YouTube as Shinrob Jira, Instagram as Shinrob Jira, Twitter as Shinrob Jira, Blue Sky Noise as Shinrob Jira, TikTok as Shinrob Jira with an underscore. That is me. And I don't know. I think that's it. Too many fucking social media.
Is that Megalon reaction perched on your microphone right in front of you?
Oh yeah. He's having a grand old time. Look at him.
I couldn't tell from the angle. I was like, is he sitting on that? He is. Yes, he is. Yeah, what a guy.
Cool.
I love this.
And I'm not forgetting this time, Kaiju Canuck.
Hello. Thank you. Very kind of you, Harold. Yeah, so you can find me here on YouTube, Kaiju Canuck, Instagram, Kaiju Canuck. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'm currently doing a giveaway of that Godzilla -1 blind box flat. So that's 12 figures. Go check out my Instagram if you want to enter. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Cool. And Michael Shipman, Mr. SH Monster Arts, where can people find you? Please, can you show that shirt?
That
My shirt.
The
I'm
shirt.
not banned.
Yes.
He's not Bandai.
Yes.
I think that's awesome.
I'm not
that you made
Bandai.
that shirt.
Yes. So where can people find you, sir?
You can find me anywhere. Just type in SH Monster Arts. I'll be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm on Blue Sky as well. X, anywhere. Go on my website. Go check it out. You like it. You love it. I post it.
Awesome. Cool.
You like
And-
it, you
Oh,
love it.
really quick, one last thing. I will be posting a live stream this Sunday for a variance comparison with all Anguirus. So we're gonna have 4 Anguirus figures that we're gonna unbox. So if you want to check those out, see what the difference is between all 4 of those figures, we'll be doing that sometime on Sunday. I haven't posted when, but just check out my social media on that, and I will be posting a time for that.
Awesome. Cool. And Mike's Monsters, where can people find you?
You can't find my cat anywhere because he hates us. You can find. I'm like commenting on Kaiju Connect's Instagram post so I can enter this contest right now. I'm a little distracted. You can find me. Sorry, I've had a little bit of whiskey tonight, guys. You can find me on Instagram at Mike's.monsters. You can find me on YouTube at Mike's Monsters. That I haven't uploaded anything in for a while. I'm actually gonna put a review of these raptors, these non-mu raptors up. These are freaking awesome. Like they are.
Are those the articulated ones?
Yeah, they look like Jurassic Park raptors, but they're obviously not branded Jurassic Park. But they're so Jurassic Park raptors. They're super good.
Cool.
I'm gonna try to get a review out for those. I'm super behind on my reviews. My camera broke, and it's repaired as of today. The circuit board went out while I was using it on a shoot, and that was fun. So yeah, Mike's Monsters, YouTube, all the places. I should have videos coming out soon. I am seeing the new Predator movie on Saturday, and I will have a review out next week if I'm allowed to.
That's coming out next. That's coming out next week.
Yeah, it's coming out on Friday next week, and I'm seeing it this Saturday, I think.
You're talking about the animated
one. Yeah, the animated movie.
Okay.
The anthology. Badlands comes out in November, so I'll be talking about that on my channel too. So if you want Predator, Alien, Godzilla, toys, movies, all those discussions, Mike's Monsters.
Awesome. And Mr. Fresh Vinyl, where can people find you, sir?
Thank you. YouTube, Fresh Vinyl Reviews, and on Instagram at Mr. Fresh Vinyl. Those are the 2 places I'm active the most. So that's where you want to find me. Bam.
Awesome. Cool. And I will be working on the toy photography and video for this guy right here. So, be on the lookout for that. And Haya Evolved should be shipping soon. So Evolved Godzilla for me. So be on the lookout for that. And anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, guys. So guys, please stay on. I'm going to end the stream. Okay. And for everybody in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This was really cool, a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys in June for the next live stream. All right, guys. Thank you so much and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bam.
Bam.
King Ghidorah's got fat tits. I'm sorry.
Beautiful.